Yo, what's up, everyone? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to the Two Real for Feels podcast, where we don't give a fuck about your feelings. Okay, I say that with great intensity because I mean it. Even though it's hot as hell up in here lately, the weather's changing, guys. Make sure that you're hydrating and not drinking caffeine like me, because then you're gonna be the biggest asshole on planet Earth. But yo, what's good, everyone? We got a great pod today. Great group of people coming through to hang out, and it's going to be a fun one. And guys, real quick, if you're here, hit the like button, really helps me out. And if you're new, subscribe, man. We hang out. We're going to talk about all sorts of great topics tonight. Real quick, bro, where's Paradise, man? You're too kind. Yo, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for the 5. He said, where do foros go to get get their back fixed? And chiropractor. Time to kill it with 2REAL4FEELS. Let's party, boy. Hell yeah, fam. It's a good day. We made it to another podcast. What is this? 19. We're about to hit 20. That's crazy. But real quick, guys, we have awesome guests here today. First off, we got the homie Atreus, bro. How you been? How's everything going?
It's going pretty all right. I'm just got finished with an Apex marathon, so my blood's boiling a little bit. So,
well, put all the energy to good use, man. You know, it is what it is. I've definitely played Apex, and I've never gotten good at it, despite having tried. I have tried for a long period of time because my cousin, who's like my best friend, that was his jam for like a long time, and I think he still be playing with it. And I'm like, okay, I could pick this up. I've tried 3 different periods of time, putting like 2+ weeks into that game, just to go grocery shopping. Essentially, what it feels like, just to get shot in the back. That's how I feel every time I'm playing a game like that specific game. I'm just gonna go grocery shopping for items, then get shot in the back. Love it. But hey, man, it's always tomorrow with battle royales. And another awesome addition to the podcast, another great guest. We have Deontay. How you doing today, bro? How's everything going?
Doing good, dog. I was just like Atreus. I was just on that Apex grind. I'm pretty sure he knows how that feels. Like when you get that 2K damage, and then your teammates still at like 500, and then they ended up losing. Like, all right, I see how it is. Yeah, but hey, still got the dub. But my back do hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I'm feeling you, bro.
I don't know. I'm playing in the rank lobby, so I don't know. Like, when you solo queuing in the rank lobbies, it's just a different level of stress.
Man, I be wanting to rip my damn hair out with that shit.
Oh man, I feel y'all. Yo, TJ, how's it going, bro? Glad to have you back.
Hey man, I'm tapped in, man. I'm cool, man. Ready to get to these topics. We got an eventful week, man. No lie. No faking. It's been eventful.
Word. Yep, for sure. And Ozzknot, last and least. How you doing today, bro?
Fucking tired, bro. Sweat my balls off.
Oh my god! Wonderful. Thank you.
Just so you know, your boy's so moist.
On your balls, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks. You're welcome. Why for my balls? It's moist.
Don't use the word moist again.
I did.
It's crazy, man.
Word. There's so many other.
I would have been all right with wet. Clammy.
Even that.
I'm moist. All kinds.
Moist always has a very strange connotation to it. So nobody wants to know about your moist balls, okay, buddy? Anyway,
the more you know.
I couldn't even promise you that if a woman told me she was moist, that I wouldn't block her like that.
Yeah, I don't like that
word. Like, if you text me, I'm like, "Hey, come over. I'm pretty moist." I'm like, "That's
ew."
That's on the other side of that.
I'm like, just the sound of it sound clammy. Like, I'm cool, man.
And a woman that's using that term is thinking that she's being like dipping into her vocabulary and shit. It's like, nah, you just fucked everything up. Like, You're disgusting. Stop. This is not expanding your vocabulary. That's one that needs to be axed from your vocabulary entirely.
Yeah, I'm not even explaining all that. It's got to be the block immediately.
Yeah, don't use that word with me.
Man.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Real quick, do you want to give a shout out to the channel members? Thank you guys so much for believing in an asshole like me. We got I Man Wish, the Swag Lord, Hustle and Motivate, Our Carry, Get This Work, AB Limits, Alex vs. Evil, RC Scott, John Shepard, Orange Hat Reviews, Gray Early, Admiral Teague, Hargeet Chennai, Where's the Paradise, Damus Ghost, Tokyo TZTV, and Slave 4K. Thank y'all so much. Slave 4K just became a cult classic baby channel member today, so thank you so much for that, bro. Always appreciate the support. And real quick, bro, yo, Chris, NY Yanks, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Homie just came in and was like, ow, and
he didn't even say anything. It was just $10.
Damn, that shit is crazy, man.
He took his shit in your yard and left.
Yeah, that shit was gold. He just shat out.
He took another shit.
Away.
Yeah.
Look, it's a gold.
He took 2 dumps. He took 2 dumps. That's where you go.
God. Yo, real quick though, thanks everyone that come through. Yo, Delta, Ziggy is smoking a cig, bro. He's asking if my cat's smoking a cig. Yeah, that's what he does. Like he be looking at y'all crazy as hell on Twitter, and he's just like, I need a cig, and he's just gonna look at y'all like he's sick. That's how I feel looking at Twitter too. Like, cause he'll be hanging out with me while I'm scrolling, and he's just like, why the fuck do you keep doing this to yourself? But yo, appreciate you coming through, Delta. Alex Receivable says, hey everyone, it's good to see you, bro. Neozoic says tonight the main event is scheduled for one fall. Introduced first from internet space, the tomboy cult classic Cage, or like people are starting to call me Rage Cage now. So that's an interesting one.
Probably because of those damn thumbnails. You be looking mad as shit in them thumbnails. Like,
yo, you gotta sell it. You gotta sell it. It's like wrestling, man. He says, in all series, howdy everyone. Good to have you here, bro. It's good for real. And he said he did it for the Zig Lord. Yes, the Zig Lord. We love Ziggy. Right now, he's actually playing with his toy. I can hear him like pushing around a little ball because it has like a little like bell in it. But yeah, man, we back for another one. This is basically to everyone, on the panel as well as the chat. What y'all been playing and watching? What's been piquing your interest lately? Trace, you want to kick us off? What you been playing? What you been watching? What you been into?
Yeah. So recently, playing, and I'm playing Resident Evil 4. Before that, it was Hogwarts Legacy. I finished that. Well, at least I finished the main story. Apparently, there's much more to go afterwards. And then before that, it was Dead Space. I did recently try. So I'm an Xbot. So on Game Pass, they had the Wild Hearts trial in there. So I tried that out. And while the graphics is garbage,
yeah,
it actually plays pretty well. I actually like it. So now it's like they're trying to swindle me into buying the whole game because you get to a certain point and they're like, because they say it's a 10-hour trial. So I'm thinking I can play it for 10 hours and no limits, right? You get to a certain part of the game, they're like, buy the full game. But I got 8 hours left.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, that's kind of a game because it doesn't look good. People will automatically be like, nah, fuck that. But if the gameplay is actually decent, man, maybe it's warranted to actually give it a go, So sometimes it's hard.
You think people thought that when they saw it?
People are very simplistic in nature. That's just kind of.
I thought it looked interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a big Monster Hunter fan. So when it comes to anything, when it comes to anything hunting, I saw it. I was like, obviously they trying to be like Monster Hunter. So
yeah,
I'll give it a look, pay attention to what it got going on, and it's so interesting because Monster Hunter has this deep system with its weapons. It has 14 weapons. You got all these different combos you can do. While they don't have that, they have this little thing where you're building stuff and you use it to hit other moves that you normally can't do. It's crazy. So yeah, that's
gotcha.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say, yo, what's up, Zeno, the producer? Good to see you, bro. Obviously, we got the homies in the chat. Black Metal Gamer, good to see you, fam. Hope you're doing well today. Alex Receivable said he's been playing Judgment, which I was so happy to hear him playing that. And he's also watching Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Judgment is an awesome game. I actually bought
super fire.
Man.
I bought the season pass for Lost Judgment, and I haven't played Lost Judgment yet. So like now I'm just like, yo, it's time. It's time. I have the actual physical copy of the game. Now I got the season pass on the cheap. I think it was like $17.50 on the PlayStation Store. Yo, I got it on a discount for the base game, and now I got the season pass at a discount. Yo, I'm ready to freaking play that game. That shit. The first game is honestly one of my favorite games in a really, really long time. So I'm glad that Alex vs. Evil is playing that game. It's dope as hell. Slave 4K says getting through Jedi Fallen Order again before Survivor. That's a damn good pick.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep. We got the homies up in here having fun. Ever Solemn Imperium. He's here for his homie. What's up? Good to have you here. So Deontay, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately, bro?
He really just called me
For me, I've been playing some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Switch. Most of the time I play it when I'm at work. It's because I work at WBD, so it's a lot of downtime we have over there in the IT world. So that's what I be playing.
Warner Brothers Discovery.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Work as an IT over there, man, making the big money in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's crazy because I'm in Atlanta.
Hey, man, we got to link up, man. Let me know if you need a job, bro.
Nice.
I mean, if you serious, I'll never turn down. Last year I was working 7 days a week for 6 months straight. And then the contract with my job ended, so I had to. I'm back to working like regular 40 hours because my job won't allow overtime. So,
I got you.
Yeah,
like I said, we'll link up.
Okay,
that's awesome. Definitely good to hear it, man. Real quick,
Small World.
Zero Dozer. Exactly, it's crazy when you just come across people that's like right on your doorstep, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Zero Dozer, what's good with you, bro? Good to have you here. NY Yank says, still getting through Resident Evil 4 Remake and looking forward to Jedi Survivor. Hey, I hear you there, fam. That's what's up. So, Neozoic says, fun question. Video game franchise versus video game franchise. Silent Hill versus Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
What's the question?
Silent Hill franchise versus Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah, I've never played a Silent Hill game, so yeah, Resident Evil by default.
Yeah, that and the fact that I just think that Resident Evil is a lot more versatile. You can go just pure survival, where you have limited resources, first person or third person, or you can have pure action, give you all the guns and just go out there and shoot up a bunch of monsters and zombies and stuff like that. So
it does there's variety in the Resident Evil franchise for sure. I have no dog in this fight, so I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't know where Oz went, but I know he'd probably pick Silent Hill. He's a bit of a Silent Hill fan, so he probably was disgusted by everyone's instant like Resident Evil. That he was just like, fuck this man. Alex Receival says Resident Evil all the way. TJ, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately, bro?
So I've been playing. I finished Resident Evil, and I caught myself trying to play Hi-Fi Rush, but then some reason Enslaved was calling me, so I've been playing that. So I've been playing Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Oh. I've been watching Hell's Paradise. I'm trying to see. I think that's about it. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Boundary came out today. I haven't bought it yet, but that's like the game where you play in 0G. It's like a first person shooter.
So, that game does look pretty interesting.
So I'll be getting that tomorrow. But yeah, that's what I'm up to right now. That's what I keep hearing.
Zeno teasing hard right now. He says he's working on some music right now. I wonder who it could be for. All I can say is that I'm kind of hyped. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, so anything else, TJ? You just kind of.
Yeah, Enslaved is really, and then Boundary tomorrow. So and then Hell's Paradise is the new anime that I'm watching. The second episode came out last Saturday. Yeah.
That's
so we at with it.
Yo, Oz, what you been playing? What you been watching? What's piqued your interest lately, bro?
Oh boy, let me tell you something.
That was loud.
Good, because they come with great joy.
Oh God.
we'll get it on my system. I'm just all. I'm gonna say I called it. I got the receipt, and I'm showing every fucking buddy. I said this movie was gonna make a shit ton of fucking money, and it did, and it's still making money. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
The rating defending #1 video game character of all time, Mario, baby.
Yeah, you need to turn him down or something because he's extra
Jesus,
loud.
you're too loud. Please remove the mic from out of your throat, sir.
Right.
Stop that serious.
Throating his mic. What's going on?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
We ain't put you on the block right now, okay? That's for later tonight.
I'm not. That's right. That's right.
Crazy, man.
Okay.
Make Tiana Trump jealous. Calm down.
I don't know why I sounded like that. My bad. But yeah, just every critic who try to downfall this movie.
Downplay.
Whatever. they can all eat all the dicks in the world.
Oh my god, we gonna get into it, bro. What else you been playing and watching, bro?
I still been playing wrestling. I started playing Ghostwire Tokyo. The game was boring. Not my jam.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Okay. For me, like personally, lately I've been watching a lot of Ed, Edd n Eddy and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like, just revisiting those shows are just, I don't know, man. It's just so easy to just jump in and watch and just have fun. I was even streaming a little bit of it when I was on Kick. Just casually watching. Like, that's the cool thing about Kick. Nobody gives a fuck about anything. So, like, why not just stream the shit and watch and have fun? And on my own time, I've also been watching that. I've been playing Fortnite. We've been playing. Yes, I'm a crazy maniac for Fortnite. My 6th playthrough of Mafia 2, which obviously I love. I started playing this game. It's like it's an early access game on Steam called Crab Champions. And it's really fun. It's really simplistic. The reason why I actually like it is because the gunplay, like the movement and gunplay on mouse and keyboard is actually really solid. So that's one that's like you could just boot up and run through like, different like trials and whatnot until you die and then you start over again, sort of deal. It's really simplistic in nature, but the execution is really cool. And you were a badass crab with guns. I mean, like, that's pretty crazy and cool in its own right. I will be watching the Mario movie this weekend. Couldn't catch it for the pod. I'm kind of like, but it is what it is. I don't like to go to the movies alone. So that's kind of like why I was like, man, I'll just hold it off for the weekend. So that way me and my best friend could go watch. But yeah, like honestly, Fortnite does consume my life. And then there's, other things that I just play and having fun, just doing the casual shit, man. It's starting to get hot. So like my will to live is starting to deplete because when it's too hot, I just don't care.
Yeah, I tend to, my attitude doesn't go well in the heat.
Yeah,
like, I tend to get angry.
Bad. Yep.
I mean, that's why they say they say the crime rate grows up once it starts getting hot outside, and it's because it's hot.
Yeah.
Also,
I want to rob somebody too when they get hot. Don't yo.
I also would like to thank Shane McMahon for blowing his knee at WrestleMania for making it look interesting. I appreciate that.
We'll talk about that when we talk about the topic. But yeah, that was bad.
Yo, that shit was hilarious. But I mean, shit, you brought up Mario, bro. We might as well get into this discussion of Mario because Mario is absolutely destroying the box office. And it's crazy because we have another instance of the critics absolutely shitting on this movie and then like the fans and the general public embracing it, enjoying it for what it is. Atreus, I know you've seen it. Oz, I know you've seen it. Deontay, have you by chance seen the Mario movie or?
Nah, I haven't even seen it yet. I'm supposed to go see it tomorrow with my little brother.
Hey, that's what's up. I hope you guys enjoy. TJ, I don't think you've seen it, right?
Which one?
The Mario movie.
Come on, man. You know I'm not seeing that movie.
You got to.
He's a Sonic stan, bro. He can't support that. He's all
I can't even say I'm a stan, but I don't. Yeah, come on, man. We don't go up against the gang. What you doing?
But overall, guys, Oz and Atreus, like, how do you guys feel about this movie? Like, your honest thoughts. You've seen it without spoilers, because I know there's still a lot of people who haven't seen it yet, especially me. So, just overall general thoughts. How you feel about it?
Oz, you want to go first?
Sure. I lived up to my expectations. The voice acting shocked and surprised me. And was that Chris Pratchett? That's who does Mario, right?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. My bad. Yeah, he did his thing, and he did a fantastic job as Mario.
Okay, and that was like everyone's biggest criticism.
And the star of the movie though was Bowser.
That's good. I mean,
a
movie.
Yeah, he killed it.
A movie where the villain is like the best part. Naturally, I gravitate toward. How you feel about it, Tris?
So I had to see the movie twice.
Okay.
Because the first time I was on shrooms, so I wasn't sure. So it was
I went to saw mushrooms.
Sure what you saw.
Let me give you this story. I gave it to my audience. This is so. Chick comes over and she wants to use my blender. She had been telling me for months that she was gonna get me on shrooms. I'm not a like to get high type of person. So she'd been telling me for months she was gonna get me on, and I was like, whatever, I'm not doing that shit. So anyway, she uses my blender, and apparently she put the shrooms in the damn orange juice and blended it, and she gave it to me, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And she was like, just drink it. And I'm like, I'm not drinking this shit.
Yo, when they said Mushroom Kingdom, they didn't mean seriously you're supposed to
That's
eat
what
the mushroom.
You see that? It was so ironic.
That's funny.
So 45 minutes after I drunk, we get to the theater. She's already feeling the effects. I'm feeling nothing. I'm telling her, I'm like, this is so underwhelming, and you owe me for making me drink that nasty ass orange juice because it was disgusting. All right. But I want to say about 15 minutes into the movie, I was like, whoa.
You know what? He was drinking it.
Power up, bro.
He was drinking. He heard it. Did it. What he got high was the Starman music.
This movie on shrooms was the most amazing experience in a theater I've ever had in my fucking life. Like, they had the Mario Kart scene where they were on the. I don't think this is a spoiler because they showed this in the trailer. They were on the rainbow track. And I was just in the theater like, holy shit. But anyway, so, yeah, I had to watch it again sober, and
I watched it twice.
Good. Yeah, it was just as good the second time. So this movie is a prime example, or a rare example of the artist actually being smarter than us, because we complained about Chris Pratt's voice, but they actually did the real Mario voice. I'm not gonna tell you how they did it.
It's clever. It's clever. Yeah, it's fast how they do too.
And when you hear it back, you kind of think to yourself, yeah, they were right. I don't want to hear that shit for an hour and a half. I don't want to hear that.
Damn.
So yeah, Chris Pratt did an excellent job. Donkey Kong was great. Bowser was really great, but I thought there was this idea that Peaches was going to be like this feminist girl boss. None of that. She was on point. She wasn't overpowered or anything like that. She wasn't no pushover. Don't get me wrong.
From what I've heard, like, because I've asked like people this question, like, how is Peach character? Like, people felt as though maybe she would be the most problematic of the story, and my concern was like, how much, like, is it at least like her decision making, her choices, like how her character goes? Does it at least adhere to the story and like feel like it's she's supposed to be doing this given her position in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
Okay,
dare I say it? I would absolutely watch a Peaches spinoff. As long as it they stay. I mean, she was really good, and again, like, there were the power ups. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, she's just so much better than Mario. It was like, no, she's just more experienced with the world that they're in, and it didn't take Mario long to catch up.
Because he's going into, like, from what I know, he's going into a whole other world.
Yeah, a whole other world.
That's a new experience.
It actually adds on to the lore of him and his world. Like, it leaves like a lot of a lot of questions that fans have asked for many years. Like, okay, like how did he get to point A to point B? How did he actually get there?
Mm-hmm.
And why did he get there? And it tells you, but actually shows you shit you want to see realized. Be realized. It's cool, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So
overall, I don't think you can ask for better, honestly speaking.
So from one thing I have heard about the movie is that it's simplistic in nature, but overall, like, I don't mind simplicity as long as execution is well done. Like, how do you guys feel like the simplicity versus execution? Like, overall, how do you think this movie?
Listen, Mario games had never had like phenomenal stories. Maybe like Mario Galaxy or maybe like Mario RPG. He had like big drawn out stories.
Right.
So they've made it simple for the audience to engage in and to just enjoy and just turn your mind off. It's like, fuck it. This is Mario who's going on an adventure. We're going on with him. It's cool, man.
I think that a lot of people, when it comes to the stuff that's good nowadays, a lot of people have gotten so used to these big complex stories.
Yeah.
We talk about stuff like Game of Thrones or even something like John Wick or whatever the case may be. But no, this is just simply, listen, we're making a game for a video game audience. Just give them literally the game, but in movie form. And they literally did that. There's a scene in the beginning of the movie before they even get into Peach's, the Mushroom Kingdom, where they're trying to get to their first job as plumbers. And they did it side scrolling. And Mario's jumping off of stuff and Luigi's struggling. And
when I was watching that, I'm like, damn, this looks like it's running on like the Unreal Engine, like Mario Brothers running on the Unreal Engine. I'm like, yo, make this a game, please.
Like at that point, I can imagine like given the visuals that are probably presented, and it's like we're thinking like, oh yeah, modern Nintendo is the Switch right now. I can't imagine the Switch Mario games even hold a candle to that visually.
Yeah, and visually sometimes like I was having trouble. I was like, okay, this is still CGI. Because I mean, there was like in the sewer when they were in the water looked so real. The only thing that didn't look real was Mario and Luigi. Yeah. And the animation was really good. So
it didn't look like Fortnite. It didn't look like Fortnite. It looked like Mario Brothers too,
there's a lot of films out now that are CGI heavy. Obviously, this is animated, so it's a little bit different. How did how does the CG, is it all hold up? Because there's a lot of movies that are high end with CG, and then there's some scenes where it's like dog shit looking versus
it's top notch.
More important scene. So it's everything was peak.
Yeah.
That's what's
and
that's what happens. Look, I criticize the shit out of Nintendo sometimes. A lot of people have their problems with Nintendo, but Nintendo on these dudes' ass, like, you got to get this all right. I'm sure that's what really brought forth like a pristine film, because they don't fuck around with their properties. They especially after that OG Mario film, big yikes. They definitely
Miyamoto was all over this. He was like, and he directed. He hasn't directed it, but he helped them guide him through this. He wanted specific things in this movie.
Which is what Capcom should have did with that garbage Monster Hunter movie, because that was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, guys, man, look, it has paid off for them. This is a box office bomb, and Hollywood Reporter here saying the box office relief. Super Mario Bros. Movie leads the April Bloom. They're trying to blame the COVIDs for the lack of interest in going to the movie theater. I personally believe that that's an excuse. There's just been a lot of bullshit. There's just a lot of
an excuse, man.
And look, man, in a couple of days, this movie's been out for what, a week and a half? In a couple of days,
it's going to hit $1 billion.
It's definitely going to hit
500 million in a couple of days globally. Like,
and it's still growing.
It is still a consistent viewership with this film. It is looking insane, guys. Look, I was saying, like, I wonder how it's going to compare to the Sonic movies, and I think the Sonic movies are awesome for what they are. I really think that they're amazing. This movie is killing like all these other animated films completely.
The mouse is getting worried. He's scared.
You should be, man.
And the thing is, with the media pretty much crowning Illumination as the kings of animation right now, and Nintendo looking at this like we just hit a $1 billion home run, because what I wanted to do when I got home was play Mario. Like I was looking at, and I don't own a single Mario game.
I started playing Odyssey again. I'm doing another playthrough through Odyssey. I'm just like, damn, I gotta play a Mario game, bro. I gotta do it.
Yeah. And it's like the movie kind of reminded me, because I haven't been enthusiastic about Mario since Super Smash Brothers, and I don't even use him in Super Smash Brothers. And so when you watch the movie, it kind of reminds you of, this is why we like this character, not because of the story, but because when you look at all of the stuff, like how silly this is. Like there was a line where Donkey Kong's dad, after he asked, after Donkey Kong was supposed to fight Mario, he told Mario, he said, I put power-ups around here to give you a fighting chance. And it's like, that does sound fucking ridiculous. Like a bunch of power-ups just lying around, like the enemy's trying to kill you, but we're going to leave power-ups everywhere to give you a fighting chance. Like that is kind of pretty silly.
There's a lot of great news, just generally speaking, in regards to Mario, because I mean, here's one thing. It's like a snowball effect, man, because we have this movie and it's doing amazing and the fans are really loving it. And there's this this news that came out that the Super Mario Bros. Theme song, the original theme song, is being preserved in the Library of Congress. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really give a fuck about government shit, but like when it comes
that's pretty
to
huge.
This is a big deal. This is the first video game, and I couldn't think of a better, first up. And it goes to show, like, I've been playing games since I was like single digits, man. I was like 5 years old when I got my Game Boy Color. I never thought that video games would be taken seriously, even though I personally took them seriously, and this is a big step. They're going out of their way to preserve video game music. And the Super Mario Bros. Theme is the first one. Video games to me is, go for it, TJ.
No, I was gonna say, I think with that, considering like that's one of the most iconic like themes, and then like going back all the way to the 80s, and like console gaming was like on the brink of death. Like arcades were thriving, but like console gaming was on the brink of death, and the Nintendo brought it back to life. So when you think of the Nintendo, you obviously think of Super Mario Brothers and that theme. So it all comes back to that, and the fact that we have this thriving medium that we all enjoy, and that being the first theme to make it into Congress. I think that's an important milestone.
Yep. I mean, man, video games are an important part of culture. To me, video games is the greatest form of entertainment. Don't get me wrong, I love my music, I love my films. Even there's some TV shows that I enjoy, but video games to me has always been like the closest thing to us being able to be in this entertainment that someone else creates.
Speaking of the music, speaking of the music in this movie is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
so
it's just
basically
how they do things too is they do it really, really like really not overbearing. Like you'll go into certain areas, and you as an audience, you got to pay attention. You'll hear it. You'll hear those little innuendos of music just coming in, or you'll go, or someone goes into a certain mansion, and you hear that certain music. If you catch my drift. But you'll hear it.
Neozoic is basically saying, like, where does this Mario movie rank among video game adaptations? Like, is it top tier, middle tier, or low tier?
Okay, I was debating this to myself. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog is the live action is the best live action video game movie. Super Mario Brothers is the best animated video game movie.
Okay,
that's valid. I can accept
I
that.
can agree with that. Yeah,
I'd have to go a step further and say Mario's a better overall movie though. Only because from start to finish you got everything you wanted. Like when you think about
and more,
everything you wanted and more. Like we didn't really ask for a live action Sonic, but we got it, and it just happened to be good.
Yeah.
Now, I understand it's hardly comparable because one's animated and the other is not, but when you think about everything they're going to do after Mario, I don't want live action anything from Nintendo. Like even if you get a Link movie, I mean not a Link movie, a Zelda movie.
It's coming.
Metroid.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
we know it's coming, but I don't want it live action. So
yo, did you see that Polygon article? And shout out to Where's It Paradise for covering this shit, where they're just like, we don't care what Nintendo says, Link is gay. It's just like,
oh my god,
fuck off.
Yo, I want Nintendo to make a movie in which clearly states that Link is not fucking gay. I mean, obviously they don't have to, do anything. Just make Link himself. Because that's enough to confirm that he's not gay.
Having like the biggest orgy in all of video game history.
But
Kratos should be there, along with Master Chief and his virtual lover Cortana. Just the most heterosexual party ever.
It's like these people are so desperate to validate themselves that they will even argue with the creators themselves. This is how narcissistic and pig-headed these people are. So they can fuck off with that shit.
I don't know that it's narcissistic, because most of the time when it's come to narcissism, you normally believe it, even when it's wrong. Like even when you're like, if you're broke but you believe in your heart that you're rich, I think that's narcissism. Like it ain't real.
Well, the thing is, they're desperate to see themselves in characters that, I'm the type of person. Look, I am a mixed race tomboy. Chances are I'm not gonna see myself directly in every character, like from a visual perspective, like how I dress versus like the fact that I am mixed race. So like, that's just, it is what it is on that front. Like I can relate to characters more than just like, what they visually look like or what community they belong to. Like I can see myself in characters that are nothing like me because they have like qualities that I can relate to, or they have morals that I like to live up to, or things that I believe in specifically. I don't need direct visual reference in order to feel validated, because I'm comfortable in my own skin and just being my own person. I don't need all the characters that I like to be exactly like me. That's weird.
Well, according to the Bud Light VP, you're wrong. Representation and seeing yourself is a part of human evolution. News to me, but according to her, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy that's the thing, but hey. Unfortunately, we got some crazy ass people that continue to be validated, but just because for some reason.
So what's the first Nintendo spinoff you think we'll see?
Donkey Kong. They're saying Donkey Kong is already in production.
Oh well, okay. Besides Donkey Kong, goddammit.
It has to be Legend of Zelda, you would think, right?
Yeah, probably. Or
I think they've done the Pokemon movie, so clearly they're definitely going to do like another big IP that they have.
I think the end goal here is a Smash Brothers movie.
Well, now it is, because I'd imagine after seeing that first week, you're scrambling around in the office. Hey, we got to get everybody in here right now. We didn't know we was going to hit like this, so we got to get on it now. And if I was Nintendo, I'd say, congratulations, Illumination. You work for us now.
Yeah, we own you now, bitch.
You want to know what I would say? I think the Metroid movie would actually
That's
work.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Especially
that would be cool.
Since Metroid doesn't get that much attention like I think it should. I think that would probably like make the most sense. And then you want to know what else would be crazy? They planned a movie around the new Metroid Prime game. Hey, like that's a kicker.
That would be the female hero that Hollywood wants so goddamn bad.
Exactly.
That men would actually show up to the theaters to see.
Okay,
right?
Just don't let it be Brie fucking Larson, please. I don't want to see that stupid bitch as Samus.
Hell, if they got the chick who played Peach to do it, I'd be okay with that.
I don't know. She looks kind of weird. Like I like her in horror movies. I don't know. Like,
no, but I'm talking about animation wise. If she just did the voice.
Okay. And yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, I think if they create their own, like you said, if the end goal would be like a Smash Brothers like type, action movie, build your own cinematic universe with all of your IPs.
Yeah.
And then within like the next 4 or 5 years, then that all of those characters will culminate into one movie, and it could be like an Avengers, Infinity War style type movie.
Problem is they don't own all those characters though.
Yeah, I mean they'd have to work out deals, but I mean,
yeah,
there's
they
money
have to,
to
but
be
they got money to do it.
I mean, look at Ready Player One. There's a lot of characters that are featured in that movie, so it's possible. Yeah. It is theoretically possible.
I think it was The Verge. The Verge was sitting down with Miyamoto. They're like, "Okay, Mr. Miyamoto, oh, so when's like what's new with Mario? Like, where's Mario at right now?" And he was like, well, what's new on the new Mario game? He kind of he had like a big smile on his face. He goes, "You guys stay tuned on the next direct."
Ooh. All right. I'm interested, man. It's one of those things where it's like, is Mario simplistic in nature? Yes. Do I still enjoy playing the next Mario game? Hell yeah, man. It's fun. It's one of those things where it's like, bro, the Switch has been one of those things where it's like, I just put in a chip into my system and boot up.
Yeah,
like it's been that simple.
It's not much that I got to think about. It's just play. Whereas everything else, I got to think. You know what I'm saying? Do I have a good enough graphics card? Is my Series X all this?
It was really cool though to see in the theaters. It wasn't just kids. You saw a lot of fucking adults.
I don't know
and
where
they were
got
smiling.
This narrative that adults wasn't going to see this. What the hell drove that?
I saw families. I saw families, but damn it, about like in my section, there was dudes my age watching this motherfucking movie and just smiling like little kids.
I saw it in IMAX at Atlantic Station. I ain't seen no kids.
Damn.
I saw
when I got my tickets, right? I'm like, oh, what if these crazy bastards are gonna dress up? I turn around, I kid you not, two dudes head to toe overalls and hats wearing Mario shit. I'm like, this is gonna be a great fucking day for a movie. I'm great.
I should have done that.
Yo, it was dope, bro. Shout out to Words of Paradise. Grown ass movie theaters dressed as Fire Mario.
I never got oh, my bad.
No, go for it, Deontay.
Oh no, I just never got the stigma that they saying that it was a kids movie. And you wanna know what's crazy? I've been hearing this same criticism about Mario being a kids movie, but these people are hyped about the TMNT movie, the Spider-Verse movie, and I'm like, okay, but you say Mario is a kids movie, but you don't consider those a kids movies as well.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, it's just movies, man. It's not all that serious. I don't know why y'all do that anyway.
Especially, you know what, it's a good movie. It's a movie that the general public has went and enjoyed, and they don't have to be concerned with any bullshit narratives. It's just, we're gonna have some fun watching a film that's everyone's childhood. Decades.
You know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when the original Ninja Turtles movie came out and all the critics fucking shat all over it.
Yeah.
And the audience fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is what it reminds me of.
Right there,
they're useless. I don't know. I went today on stream. I went and read over some of the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes with my audience, bro. They're so pissed, bro. They're so pissed that people actually. Some guy actually said, it's a terrible, lazy writing of just fan service, and I'm sure that'll be enough for fans. So it's like, so you just insulted the movie and you just insulted people by saying that we're
genuinely. They genuinely hate the reason why you exist, like why you have a job, is to seat yourself, watch the film from the eyes of the general public, and give an in-depth analysis on this film from the eyes of a general audience member. Like you yourself, imposing that you're somehow better than everyone fucking else. I mean, that's what these people really think that they think they're better than everyone else. And it's like, without the general public, you are nothing.
I've even heard one critics say, "Oh, this movie is too nostalgic." I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I read that same. You talking about Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this movie is too nostalgic." I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
So Neo saying, although didn't you say you don't want another cinematic universe? I mean, for me personally, when I see like Nintendo is really like closely behind this, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, like I don't want to see universe go on for like fucking 20 years with like 50 fucking movies. Like if you give me like a trilogy or like, at most maybe 5 films that encompasses a lot of shit going on and brings all these characters together and actually has an ending in sight, then I'm okay with that. Plus, Nintendo, like I said, like they don't fuck around. Like they're gonna, make sure that this lives up to quality because they do not mess around when it comes to their intellectual property. So on that front, I'm open to it. I'm not one of those like no period. Like there's always stipulations. There's always different situational stuff. But any final thoughts on this Mario movie, guys?
I'm happy. I'm happy that all of my worries were washed away, and I'm ready for whatever comes next.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Next up on the list of topics we got tonight, this Jet Set Radio leak and the Persona 3 remake leak. Yo, let me pull this up real quick.
I sent that to you.
Like, I was flipping. I literally woke up, seen that, and just started screaming like that. I was just like, because I'm a huge Jet Set Radio fan. Like, I have the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack around here somewhere, like a physical copy. That Yo.
Oh, I see you, brother.
I got that.
I never played it. Move
that funky beat.
I still call it Jet Grind Radio. I'm a Dreamcast baby, so I don't know.
Okay, I see you, TJ.
I ain't mad at you, bro. But I saw this, and it's crazy. And you know what? It encompasses two different like fan groups. We have Persona 3 right here. Which is cool dope because a lot of Persona fans and honestly I have reason to believe that this is legit because they're showing like an old build of Sonic, and this was supposedly like this video came from like internally from Sega that they showed to like internally just, and then we have Jet Set Radio, man, bro. Beat is one of my favorite video game characters, period.
Especially I don't know. Zero Beat is cold.
Yeah, I'm
interesting information.
So I know that a lot of like, particularly Persona 3 fans, they didn't like that they got the portable version remastered of Persona 3 because it lacks like half the content of the game itself because it's portable and it's sort of like a strictly story based game with not really much gameplay from what I've heard. So them getting a remake of Persona 3, that's awesome. I'm happy for them. I might even fuck around with it. But I heard that Persona 3 is probably one of the best Personas. So it's cool it is. That Atlas and Sega, and this is, like I said, not confirmed, but likely real. It does seem to be a legitimate leak, and people have studied this shit. And there's a lot of reason to believe that this is really legit. And honestly, I think personally that it is. They definitely, I'm surprised that, it came out as casually as it did, but hey, and with Jet Set Radio, just looking at Beat, like, bro, Beat is my favorite one of my all-time favorite video game characters. When on my PS3, Beat was my freaking my avatar. Like, that's my guy. I had like the whole Jet Set Radio background for my PS3. Man, those are so playable even to this day.
Yeah,
you can jump on the OG.
Well, unfortunately, I have Jet Set Radio Future and can't play it. So, but that soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
that soundtrack
it's so weird.
Was some of the best I've ever heard. Like,
yes,
I can recall every single song.
Yep. It's so quirky. It's so weird. Every song sticks with you just because of how weird but interesting and fun it was to listen to. It's just.
I was one of those delusional people before I ever had a channel. I was one of those delusional people that went around to like every like stream and tried to like make up in my mind. Oh, did you say they was remaking Jet Set Radio Future? I super chat and they'd be like, nah, nobody ever said that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And, you know what sucks? What pisses me off about Xbox? There's two games that I wish were backwards compatible on the series consoles. That is obviously Jet Set Radio Future because that was an Xbox exclusive, and then fucking Quake 4. Those are two games that's like, why is it not back compat, bro?
So I know with Future, with Jet Set Radio Future, the problem is the music. The copyright isn't for whatever it. The music is a problem. So, which is what makes me surprised that they're going to. I don't know. I doubt it's a remake. Some people are saying it's a direct sequel to Jet Set Radio Future. Others are saying a remake. I don't know, or a reboot. I don't know which one it is.
Whatever, man. I'm glad Sega when I explain what Sega is as a company, I simply say Sega is like your cheap uncle that's even cheap with himself. So the fact that they're doing this, I don't care if it's a remake, I don't care if it's Jet Set Radio 3. Just the fact that you acknowledge Jet Set Radio and actually you're planning something with Jet Set Radio, I'll take that all day. I'm cool. Like, I'm just happy that it's being acknowledged. Real quick, yo, what's good, Lemonade King? It's good to see you, bro. What's good, Hypnotic? Really good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Michael Joe, what's good, bro? He said, how's your day, Cassie? Everything's cool. It's hot in here, but I'm cooling. Just chilling, man. Yo, I want to see the characters come back, yo, in really cool style. I want to see Gum. I want to see Combo. I hope we get Combo with his big boombox.
With the big
yes,
box, man.
He was one of my favorite characters to play. That dude had so much style, bro. Like, I just love playing as him with the boombox, bro.
My favorite was the Immortals, though. I love the Immortals, and what was the robot's name? I forget their names.
Oh shit!
That fucking ridiculous dance.
So
yeah, they did the dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, Xbox and Sega have been kind of buddy
for a long time.
Lately, for a long time.
No, for a long time since the OG Xbox.
What if even nowadays they're still kind of buddy behind the scenes? What if this turns out to be another exclusive for Xbox?
I don't give a fuck. Whatever, bro. I don't care.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It would, if you would have said that to me 2 months ago, I would have been like, "Oh, that sounds great." But right now, with the way the Redfall thing is falling, I'm just kind of like,
oh man! Look, as long as Microsoft doesn't have a hand in it, let Sega, put their craft, put that shit together. Hold true to the original property. If you have some sort of financial deal with Xbox at this point, I don't care.
But it would complement Hi-Fi Rush too to go along with that.
By the way, I think Microsoft need to go ahead and kick Master Chief to the curb and make 808 their mascot. That was genius. That mascot was absolutely genius.
I need to go to that game.
Chai, that's his name, right? Chai.
Chai's the main character. He's talking about the robot.
Oh, 808's cool, but Chai's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the
808's robot.
Cool.
Chai's cool as hell too.
Yeah. The whole thing is dope. Every character is dope. One of my favorite scenes in it was the black dude where he was talking about he doesn't like to fight and something like that, and they put somebody's face in front of him. He immediately starts beating the wall in.
That shit was hilarious. And that shit where he goes through the fucking wall, he blows up. That shit was funny. Play that damn game, man. It just got an update. It's getting like cosmetic DLC.
Okay, that's what's up. So guys, back in I think it was 2022, they actually had a rumor come out that a Jet Set Radio 3 was in production, as well as a Crazy Taxi. Imagine if Crazy Taxi does come back too, and that's actually been in the works for a minute. I'd be down for that. I love Crazy Taxi.
I got something to say about that.
I hate Crazy Taxi.
I don't like Crazy Taxi. I never felt it.
This is why I hate Crazy Taxi, because when we used to have to let our little brothers play the game, these fuckers never played the game how it was supposed to be played. They would just drive into random driveways and pretend they had homes with families, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, it did, bastards.
It pissed me off. I'm like, bro, go and play the game. No, I want to play the game how I want to play it. Who are you talking to? You can't even go in the house. You're just parked in the driveway talking about, honey, I'm home. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, at least play Grand Theft Auto, where if your wife pisses you off, you just shoot her.
Oh, my God.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, Deontay, what was you going to say about that?
The only thing that's got me skeptical about the Jet Set Radio, as well as the Crazy Taxi, I'm not sure if you guys read that article, I think what Bloomberg had put up, where they was talking about the games was going to be live service or so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So there's an article. I'm telling you, look it up. They even said it. That's the reason I was talking to TJ at the WWP Discord about it. I was like, oh, snap. They did say it was going to be live service.
No.
And because Sega had a project for it, and as well as Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio. I was like, oh, shit. So I'm like, hey, I'm excited, but Yeah.
I mean, look, when it comes to that, that is always going to be concerning. But from what I've heard of this game, it's also planned to be like sort of like a big like MMO style sort of thing that they're going for. Yeah, like I don't want to say MMO style, but like it's online where you could hang out with people. So that
with nobody, I just want to spray paint.
You about to make Atreus get the rope, man. You need to chill out.
Oh no, don't do that out here, bro. That's crazy. I mean, shit, Skate 4 is in production, and that's gonna be the same shit. So better get used to it.
Hey, look, if Sega ruin this for however they do it, just know Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is still on the way. We are in good hands. If they drop the ball on Jet Set Radio 3, or if it's a remake, whatever it is, if they seem to ruin it in any way, shape, or form, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is still supposed to be coming out in the third quarter of this year. So,
facts. That's definitely something to look forward to overall.
And the music in that game is already like, just from what they've shown in the trailers, like that music is fire. So I'm already looking forward to that.
That game has been in development for a long time. They announced that shit years ago, and we haven't really had much of an update. But
another game, and not to go off topic, another game that I've been sitting here with the stale face waiting on a some type of update on is Crimson Desert. So I know that feeling.
Oh man,
man, I remember seeing that trailer for the first time. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be tough.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, I haven't.
So you know what Black Desert is? The online MMO. Black
Desert? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
They look super realistic. That game looked crazy.
Yeah, they got a single player version of it coming out. It's called Crimson Desert.
Oh wow!
And it ain't out, and we ain't heard nothing from it since. So
I'm looking at pics of it. It looked crazy. It's unfortunate that
the trailer was the trailer's frame rate was garbage, but it looked good. Like they played it in like 10 frames per second. It was like it looked good, but it was like it's just making my head hurt a little bit.
Damn. Well, any final thoughts on Jet Set Radio and Persona 3?
I hope.
Let's have to the girl.
You hope. You hope? What do you hope?
I hope it comes out, man.
I hope you rub your two brain cells together. That's what I hope.
Right. Get your thoughts in order, man.
If not, I can always go see a movie about plumbers. It's better than that. So I'm good.
You don't have to rub your two brain cells together.
Exactly. That's right.
Oh my god. But
I will say Persona. Now that Persona 3 leak, the only thing that it makes me want to think, I want to believe that is the remake, but I also want to. I kind of think that that's also part of like some type of mobile game as well. And the only reason why I say that is because as a person who played Persona 3 Fez and the portable version on the PSP, every time when the user does like a move, especially like the moves that they showed in that trailer, they always use the evokers, which is like the guns that they shoot to the head. And in that trailer, they showed the persona going out, but Yukari was shooting her bow. So I was just like, it's kind of throwing me off a bit. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, then again, they said it was an inside leak, so it could be like an early development thing. But if I'm being honest, I really wish that they remade Persona 1 and 2 instead of 3, because not everybody knows about
2 was awful. 2 was awful.
I mean, 2 was awful, but that's the whole point of remaking it.
Remakes, right? That's the whole point.
I mean, it would be ideal, honestly, if like in any space of entertainment, if a game or a movie had a great concept, but they butchered it, they fucked up. Like if there's potential for that concept, it would be nice to see games or even films that are in that boat get another chance,
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because they owe me. EA owes me with Anthem, man.
Oh fuck yeah, they do, brother. I feel you. I feel you now, bro. I feel you so fucking hard, bro.
300 hours.
Fuck that game, bro. No. So did I, dude. I
knew that one was a stinker. I just knew it.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? Visually, the game looks awesome. It really does.
The combat was amazing.
It was.
But after you got done with the combat, what the hell what was the rest of the game?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Where was the loot? There was like 2 bosses.
Yeah,
like 3 maps.
By the first week, I had all the best loot. All of my mechs were maxed out. I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'm bored now.
Damn.
Next.
We're sorry, I don't want to derail the stream.
No, you're good. You're good. Words of Paradise has a quick question to jump back to the Mario movie. How do you compare it to Detective Pikachu instead of Sonic, since they're both Nintendo?
It's better. Detective Pikachu.
Oh wow!
Really?
That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta definitely check it out tomorrow.
All right, that's what's up. All right, so next topic is Redfall, man. Redfall.
Listen, I gotta go see Mario after this again, bro. Happy place, Mario. I'm coming, bro.
Cause Nintendo gonna give it to you.
That's right. So about those peaches. What about those peaches?
Oh
all
my
right.
god.
Once you see the movie, you'll fully realize what I'm talking about. That Jack Black's fucking awesome. All right, let's get this shit over with.
Damn, yo, got the chick spitting.
Well, she knows.
Yeah, no, for real. But Redfall, man, it's one of those things where I was like, man, it doesn't necessarily look like the best thing in the world, but it's a game that I could play with my homies. I know I'm gonna have quite a few homies that I could play it with. So hey, maybe it'll be pretty interesting to play with some friends. But then, the more we learn about this game, the more it's like, why is this even releasing in this state? Like there's been, the always online thing, which was, it's sad that that's the case, but apparently they're working on it. Then it's the, and since it's an online game, they have it so that the only way you progress is if you're the host. So if someone's hosting, yeah, that's the thing. That's been confirmed a while back.
What the fuck are they doing, bro?
If you are
This is
hosting and other people join on you, yes, you will progress, but your homies, they ain't gonna progress. So that's another issue. Then just to top it all off, Arcane bold as fuck. They dropped that shit like Chris dropped that $10 super chat on Twitter. They bold as fuck dropped that tweet saying, yeah, it's going to be 30 at launch. Deal with it. We'll work on a 60 FPS performance mode, after post.
They would have been better off making a profile on a dating app and dropping that on there and hoping nobody's seen it. I would have dropped that on Tinder or some shit like that, because there's no way they thought that was going to go over well. There's no way they thought that.
Motherfuckers. Listen.
No, they didn't. They knew it wouldn't go over well. The thing is that Xbox said, you better put this game out. And they was like, well, we can only put it out in this state. And they was like, well, you better do it then. We'll work on the frames, the 60 frames after the fact.
What year did they announce this fucking game? It's been like 2 years, 3 years, right?
I think it might have been. It's only been 1 year.
Okay.
Because remember they announced it. No, it might have been 2 years. Okay.
No, it's been at least 2 years, specifically because this game has been delayed for a year now. So we've had a year's worth of delay, and they're still saying, yeah, the game still ain't ready yet, motherfuckers, but you could take it, unfinished either way. So it's like, what are we doing over here at Microsoft? I want the thing is, Atreus, I want to be excited for Microsoft because I feel like they're starting to get their shit together. They have a consistent release schedule. Look, they crawling. They
got one good game
trying to get up.
Listen. That meme where there's like the silhouette of the dog shitting in a human's mouth, and it's like Marvel fans and that's kind of like me with Xbox. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cheerleader for, but like. Listen, I'll say this though. This game was in development before they bought Bethesda. That's one thing. But man, ain't no way. You can't afford any more negative headlines, especially after that IGN debacle.
Oh my god.
You can't afford any more. I would have said, listen, I would have lie. Tell them it's gonna be 60.
Lie.
All right, bro.
They should just delay it until it's ready.
September.
Look, here's the thing. When we look at the release schedule, the playing field, this game is coming out May 2nd. You know what comes out like 4 days prior? Jedi Survivor. You know what comes out a week and a half prior? Fucking Dead Island 2, another fucking co-op game. Why are you releasing this game May 2nd? Why are you feel like it has to be out at that time?
It would be a good October, September like release, right around Halloween time, spooky season.
Release that shit during the summertime.
A dry month, like dry months.
Yeah.
Like look, this game is.
That's what has me concerned because for the 60 frames, they had to have come to you and said, yeah, it's probably gonna take us like 3 or more months to get this down packed. Because otherwise, if it was just another month you needed, I'll give you another month. What's another month?
Here's the thing, right? In regards to this year is jam-packed. Like from the beginning of January, from Dead Space, like every month has been jam-packed with games.
June is gonna be ridiculous.
Why are you releasing this at a time where you got blockbuster games following before it and after it? Like, that is insane to me. They could have easily put this out in a dry month where nothing was going on and gotten more engagement than what they're doing with this.
Here's my question. If you genuinely believe in the product that you're shit slinging, like, why won't you say, look, Xbox fans ain't getting no Final Fantasy 16 in June, so why don't we just release that, like, in June, late June, early June, whatever, or at least like early July, because Final Fantasy is exclusive, and I'm not comparing them, side by side. These are two totally different games, which is for two totally different audiences, which that means to me it's a valid like consideration to have. Just delay it and then release it around the time where fucking Xbox dudes looking at Final Fantasy like, damn, I wish I was over there.
What's coming out? What's coming out in August?
Baldur's Gate 3, the GOAT. I think Sea of Stars.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Hold on, let me look at the list. I have a list in front of me. So you said the month of August. August would be. So you have Atlas Fallen. You have Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, I want that. Hell yeah, I can't wait.
So and then Sea of Stars comes out as well.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what that is.
I've been waiting on that too.
Come on,
I've had that wish listed for a long time.
It's an RPG game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an RPG, and then you Baldur's Gate 3. So even then, like August, which is like the slowest, like one of the slower months of the year, still has 4 releases in that month.
What about September?
September has Rune Factory 3. It has Starfield, and then you have Super Bomberman R2.
You also got Spider-Man 2 that's coming out in September.
Yeah.
Jason Schreier had confirmed that, I think, today.
Ooh, nice.
You know what? I'm gonna say something.
By the way,
next year.
This is the best Spider-Man game ever made.
That's a great game. That's a great game.
Web of Shadows, bro.
That was good too, but it ain't messing with
that. Shattered Dimensions? No, Shattered Dimensions.
Hey.
Dimensions.
Yeah. Hold up, bro. Don't disrespect this, man. You an Xbox guy, bro. You over here was about to simp for Redfall until they.
I got all of them. I got a PS5. It's collecting dust, but I got a PS5, and my Switch is somewhere under the bed, but.
I don't know where my Switch is somewhere
under the bed. What the dust mites playing it? What you talking about? Like what's going on?
Hey, it's hard to play the Switch with the frame rate. I'm sorry, it's just so hard.
I hate to say it, Microsoft, delay it till January. Delay it to fucking January.
Honestly, you have to take into account the type of game it is and your audience. Xbox dudes don't have a lot to look forward to. Let's be real now. The fact that Starfield is actually coming out is a huge deal for them. So like, yeah.
Who's background? Okay.
You know who.
Okay, but look. So even for the month of July, like even like you have The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie, like you have Exoprimal, Pikmin 4. Hogwarts Legacy for the Switch, and then Disney Illusion Island. Like, so, like, there's no slow months this year like that. So, like, they easily could have either delayed it again, but they got that pressure from Big Head Phil. So it was like, look, we got to put this game out. So it is what it is. Like, like their releases for this year are looking very rough. Like, and even with them being delayed a few times, they're still rough looking games.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's
Microsoft
other than Hi-Fi Rush, obviously.
Microsoft just has this history of, despite them delaying their games like for egregious periods of time, like year, 2 year delays, the game still comes out half baked. It's insane. I don't understand what it is, and it's not just one particular studio; it's all of them. So that means something is wrong with the management, and that's who I have to blame. I'm not going to blame developers for this, because it's like, if your management don't even keep up with what you're doing, we've all had that situation where, man, our supervisor just went to lunch. I ain't gonna do shit. I'm just gonna sit here and twiddle my fucking thumbs and play pretend. I mean, we all had that instance, right? If you're not properly managing these workspaces, you're not gonna see the results that you're asking for, Zeno brings up a question here. He says, I've never played a Final Fantasy game. Do you think a noob like me could start with this one on this one that's coming out? Yes.
Yeah, you can play it. They're not connected. So
it's not like it's not like Yakuza.
Yep.
Yeah, like none of the games that, like, every game is like a different storyline with different characters. Like, it's its own like game. So you don't have to like backtrack and play the other games to play this one. You can start at this one and be perfectly fine.
Yep. And it's like a whole new system entirely. Like, this is the first Final Fantasy that's actually completely action oriented. So on that front, it's a whole new different experience from anything previous Final Fantasy. It's a perfect time to jump in, man. It looks to be absolutely extravagant. So I would highly recommend it.
Open Final Fantasy 7 remake. So
oh man, come on, bro.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
he said,
I need you to do brother.
That was so much disappointment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good God.
One Punch Jedi said, no, Cassie, there's a lot to look forward to. What you mean? They have a lot of development studios. Don't get me wrong.
They do.
Xbox. They certainly do. I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds 2. I'm looking forward to
we don't even know when that's coming. So what I would ask him is, what do you mean? Like, what do you know set in stone that we have? Because we got a bunch of games that are rumored to be in development. We got games that we know are in development, but we don't know when they're coming out. And quite frankly, we don't know if they're going to be good. Because right now, with Redfall, we don't even know if Starfield's going to be 60 frames. Because didn't the old boy say, hey, our games are good at 30 frames?
He did say that.
And now it's like, when he got the backlash, it's like now all of a sudden we got to prioritize 60 frames.
Did he say that? I think he did say something like that.
He did
he made a joke at it.
No, he said something about that on the podcast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like, that's unacceptable. Like, I'm fucking sorry.
And you're talking to a guy. You're talking to a guy and me who you couldn't even tell me what 60 frames was before I got a Series X and a PS5. I was like, 60 frames. I don't care about that. And then I experienced it because you gave it to me, right? You gave it to me with the Series X and the PS5, and it's like, okay, I can't even look at 30 frames. I was playing Gotham Knights earlier, late last year like this. I was like, how the fuck does anybody play this? How was I playing this for so long?
Because your eyes, like, your eyes are used to seeing the things that you constantly see. Like, you go from 60 FPS not needing motion blur to 30 FPS requiring motion blur. You're gonna notice things. Like, either it be up front or in the back of your mind, your brain is saying something is fucking wrong here. This is not what I'm used to.
Definitely, if you're playing like another shooter and then you play Fortnite at 120, holy shit, dude. Yeah. What a night and day. It's hard to go back.
Yeah, it is hard to go back.
And look, One Punch Jedi, he's giving me criticism, and it's fine. Like, I understand the criticism, but I'm just, when it comes to just how Microsoft has been producing, besides Hi-Fi Rush, which was a shadow drop, they actually was like, hey, we're gonna develop the game until it's 100% ready, completely ready, no problems at all. Even with the PC version, the PC version ran flawlessly, and I've heard nothing but good things. They didn't have the pressure of meeting a deadline and the shit dropped. I don't know how long it's been in development, but all these devs different teams entirely. You know, if it be even in Bethesda or you know, Microsoft's main house, none of them are meeting their deadlines. I can't hold that to a development team. Do you want to fire all the development teams? Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to say, hey, can we look at the people managing these development teams and see why that these teams aren't producing the way we expect them to? Or here's another question. Do we have unrealistic expectations? Do we need to address more workers in certain positions to make sure that the deadlines are met? Like, these are things that they're going to have to come to terms with. It's one of those things where this hasn't been just recently happening. This has been happening for years, and it still continues to happen. Like, there needs to be something needs to be addressed.
Crunch.
Yeah.
Listen, just for anybody out there, I am not one of these liberal gaming people who be on here like, oh my God, I hate crunch, putting so much pressure. No, these people get paid $6 fucking
they get 6 figures. That's a fact.
Yeah, they be making money.
This idea
they get Microsoft money.
That you want to work 6 figures and only work 40 hours a week, you can get the hell out of here with that.
Here's my thing with that. When I had to be forced to work overtime, ain't no one come to my aid. I'll be like, why do you have her forced overtime? Why can't nobody did any of that shit for me? As long as you are paid for your time, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about your crybaby crunching. Like, you got to do what you got to do.
You in the freaking the janitor's room crying because they. What are you talking about? You get to make video games for a living. Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there is definitely some extreme measures in any given industry. I think that we can acknowledge that there is definitely fucked up shit that happens all around. But I'm sorry, yo, if it stops happening to me, then maybe I'll be more sympathetic. Until then, I'm sorry, I just don't fucking care. I just want my fucking video game to work day one. Like, we can't even get that. That is a fucking unicorn now. To get a game day one that's not problematic. Like, the only one I could list off the top of my head is fucking Hi-Fi Rush. Why is it that it's a fucking unicorn? Just to have a game that works properly day one, that meets the quality that is expected of these powerful consoles and PCs. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, man. It's fucked up.
It is what it is.
Look, this has been a thing for Xbox since last gen. Like, they have been in these positions where all the titles that they've been working on have been delayed multiple times, and they've come out. Yeah, Scalebound. Scalebound is a perfect example of what not to do with as a publisher.
Me too, man. I came close.
They were basically robbed for their resources from Platinum. Like, Platinum was taking, allegedly, obviously, allegedly, Platinum was taking some of the resources that they were getting for Scalebound and using it to pay for some of the other games that they were working for. So and then when you get a game that is that ambitious on a console that can't handle it, and then we see that it's running 15 to 20 frames on screen when the dragons are all, it was just a bad, like, and then from there, like, it just got progressively worse in terms of how they're dealing with the releases of these games. And like, they have the money to be able to pay and get these people the money that they need to be able to make these games happen, but for some reason it's just not working out.
Yeah. I have to, and Words of Paradise says, hey, with all his criticisms of Resident Evil 4, the game worked flawlessly day one. That's great. But
that's true.
I have to ask, look, I don't have a Series S. I have a Series X. I barely use it because I have my PC. It pretty much replaces my Xbox. But I have to ask, is the problem the parity between the Series X and S?
I don't feel like me personally, the only reason I disagree with that is I don't feel like you've had enough time with it being out to consider it that much of a problem, because this has been an issue since before the Series X. And because what was the other game? I forgot. What was that game with fucking Terry Crews on it?
Crackdown.
Crackdown. I mean, that was an issue. And when it came out, we're like, what the hell is this? I felt like I was playing a game with paperweights. Like, they're
let's take it. Let's bring this to Redfall specifically, because I feel like the Series X should be able to do like 1440p 60 FPS fairly easily. Like, My thing is, are you holding this back because the Series S? What is it going to be? 1440p 30?
1080p,
I feel like with this with the downgrade visually that would require the Series S, we're looking at maybe 720p, like 60. It's gonna look like, given the art style of Redfall, that shit is gonna look like pastel fucking paint on people's like 65-inch screen TVs.
So why not just say, okay, we're gonna do 60 frames for the Series X version, and you just get a downgraded version on the downgraded system? In my
personal, because it has to achieve parity and quality, at least some form of quality.
Would you guys be okay if it was 1080p 60?
Yeah.
I mean, just give me the option. Game works well day one. I don't give a fuck.
I think in terms of, because here's the thing, in regards to, they've built up a narrative that this is their narrative that they created. We have the most powerful console. So when you say you have the most powerful console, that means you need to be able to put these games out, and the games could just be running exactly where they need to be. If they can't reach, 4K like y'all were touting, then you have an issue that you created, and now you have to deal with the consequences of building up your console to be this way. So I have no sympathy for them in regards to them not being able to meet exactly what they set out that they said. They stated, okay, we had the most powerful console. The PS5 does this, but we do this. Like we have this money, this much teraflops. They have this. So they were always putting out the narrative that they were the more powerful console. But then when games started coming out, third party and first party, we're not seeing the power coming from this box. So now you look foolish, and now you got to stand on it because there's nothing. This is your fault. So you gotta live with it.
From seeing a game like that to looking at a game like Final Fantasy 16, you're like, what? Who's really more powerful now? Because it's not showing. It's not fucking showing.
Can I say something? Just to piggyback off of TJ, I don't think it needs to drop to 1080 to 60. Here's my thing: y'all pay $500 for this seemingly overpowered console that they've been touting. You should not be asking for nothing less than 1440p at 60, man. Like that's just me, because I have a 4080. I'd be damned if I'm playing 4080 and I'm still playing like 4K on a 30 FPS. Like, nah, man. Like, this shit doesn't make no sense. Like, you guys pay $500 for the console. Just y'all need 4K 60 or 1440 60. If y'all doing 1080p 60, man, y'all might as well go back to the Xbox One X.
That's essentially what it is.
You know what's sad though? Because they're charging $70 for this fucking game. 70 bones.
Yeah, that's
not. I'm sorry. With these specs,
not a next gen only game.
You're not a next gen game at all.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
Yep. And it's one of those things where I feel like they're pushing up that price just to encourage the Game Pass sales overall. But still, that's the price of the fucking game. Does this look like a $70 game? Fuck no. While I have interest in the game, I feel like it'd be fun to play with my friends. If I was forced to pay $70 for this game, I'm waiting until the bitch is $40. That's what it looks like to me. I'm sorry.
Or even
it looks
$30.
like a fun experience, but it does not look like it's a $70 game.
No.
Final Fantasy 16 looks like a $70 game. That shit looks fucking ridiculous. And guess what? It's gonna have a 60 FPS mode. Who knows if it'll come out day one working properly? I don't know with any game nowadays. But it looks the part.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre looks like a fucking $70 game. That game looks fucking amazing for a horror game.
Man, what?
Yeah, it does.
I think you
that shit. But I'm stretching it. It looks better than that piece of shit.
Man, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, you got too much dip in your chip, good brother.
I'm just putting it in some perspective. That game looks like more of a $70 game than this fucking thing does.
Well, naturally, I'm gonna go for Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's a known IP. From what I've seen, it actually adheres to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original movie. So I'm more enticed to go with that particular co-op multiplayer-esque game than a Redfall. That's just what it is. And they got Kane Hodder working on that shit. I'm hyped.
Yeah, Kane Hodder's working on it?
Yeah,
yes,
that's fire.
Actually, he's doing the stunt coordination and everything. So he's
that's
playing
heat.
Leatherface. He's the stunt coordinator. He's basically pulling the strings for that game.
So he's doing all the vocab for Leatherface.
Friday the 13th, so
yeah.
Yep. That's the best option you can get. The OG dude, from what I believe, has passed on. So hey, man, Kane Hodder is a great choice. You know,
and he's an awesome person.
Yeah, like that's cool. I mean, you can actually watch behind the scenes of him actually working and the whole stunt crew. It's pretty cool. I watched it on my free time like a month or so ago. But yeah, I don't understand what's up with Xbox, particularly Redfall. I think that they should delay it until it is finished, because this to me sounds like the game isn't finished.
It actually does look fun. The concept is cool. Like, I really like the concept, like open worlds, you know, going killing vampires with your friends and getting loot and shit. Because it's a little bit of a looter shooter. I mean, it is not to the crazy of like a Destiny or whatever. But the concept does sound cool. Like I actually was kind of really like hyped for this game, and and it just blew all the air out of my lungs when I heard that. I was just like, I'm not to the point now where like I don't even give a fuck because Street Fighter 6 is coming out. I mean, it's coming out soon.
Exactly, because I wasn't interested because I thought it was going to be like Back 4 Blood, but then when they described it better to me, where it was like more like a looter shooter type thing, I was like, okay, I can get with that.
Yeah, why isn't that Borderlands back on 360 could get it right? I'm just saying. Why isn't that they could fucking get it right?
You know what's sad? Far Cry 5 just got fucking. Far Cry 5 just got a 60 frames update, and this game looks better than that.
Oh my god,
that's sad.
Jesus, it's okay. I can come back from this. We could still be friends.
Oh,
we can still be.
Oh no, he disrespecting me. Yo, get him out of here, man. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here, man.
Real quick, guys. If
don't go swimming in any lakes.
If they delay this game, can this game come back from this? Do you guys think that if they delay it and the game is genuinely good? Because amongst the eyes of the people, a lot of people have already written off this game. Some of the biggest Xbox dudes in the community said, yeah, I'm not even going to download this on Game Pass because of this, you know, because of what they're talking about with this. They refuse to play at 30. But do you think if they delayed it, everyth's tip top, the game releases day one, 60 FPS performance option, the game plays really well, they managed to actually get the net code going, everything's cool. Like, can this game come back from this?
You know what hurts for me is that this is the like game I give a crap about for Xbox this year. Maybe Texel Chainsaw Massacre because it's coming to Game Pass. Because I'm a Game Pass bitch, you guys know. But like, I don't give a fuck about Starfield. I don't give a fuck about Forza. I don't. I mean, Horizon's the only Forza I care for.
Look,
after this, I really don't care.
The only reason why I was going to play Redfall is because y'all were going to play it on Game Pass, and because there's no like progression for everybody, it's just for the host. Like that's such a weird. Like, why would you choose to do that? That's so weird to do. Like, if you play any other game like Dying Light, and like literally any other game where you do co-op, everyone gets XP. Like everyone gets to level up and get proper, loot. But for whatever reason, they decided to choose that only the host gets to level up. That doesn't make any sense to me. So the only reason why I was going to play it was because y'all were playing it, and obviously when we play games together, that's the most fun. But if y'all are playing at 30 frames and I'm playing at 144. Like that's not fun. That goes like a slideshow on y'all screen. That's crazy.
Freeze frame.
I agree with Butch. If they go out of their way to show genuine improvements to not just the 60 FPS, but please improve that AI because that shit looks weird.
They need to apologize. They need to apologize. Say, hey, listen, we're sorry. That we give you that impression.
Apologize. I don't need all that. Just say we're gonna delay it and we're gonna fix it. Just it's gonna be delayed to whatever I don't even need a date. Just say you're gonna delay it and you're not gonna release it until it actually is a good playing solid game. And just go to the lab. That's really what it is.
And if they're having this problem with frame rate, you have a game company that's in your Bethesda, you bastards. Doom Eternal is hitting over like over 100 frames. Okay, if you're having a problem with frame rate, just give it to them. Give it to another studio that can fix your problem.
Arcane, and I feel they were touting that. Oh yeah, id Software was working on like the gunplay for this.
Then just let them have it then.
I don't. They're not going to give Arcane isn't going to give their game over. You know how detrimental.
And then incorporate, help them.
But I feel like that was. Hold on, I feel like the id Software shit was just lip service. Because when I'm looking at that game, I don't know. I don't really see it. I don't see that.
I feel like I gotta feel it. I gotta play it because id Software stuff is a much more of a feel type thing. Because to me, Doom Eternal looks uninteresting until I played it.
Man, I was about to jump on you, bro.
We're rip and tear, baby.
You got lucky. You saved yourself.
Oh my god. No, I'm personally so. Aunt Tony Pony says I'm gonna give Redfall a fair shot. Like, look,
I'm
man,
gonna try it.
It all depends on how it runs on PC.
Not at 30 frames. I'm not.
If on my PC I can get the bitch to run, because who knows? This is telling me that the game is unoptimized when they're saying, "Oh, it's going to be locked at 30." So imagine how the PC version is when you have to account for the fact that there's all sorts of different builds out there. You have to make sure that the shit is optimized properly.
Damn, yeah, this is going to be bad.
4080 game. Don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah. But real quick, any final thoughts on Redfall before we move on?
Push it back.
I agree. Delete it. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, just push it back.
Yep. So next topic, man, is Akira, because this one is pretty bad. So years back, they said that potentially Taika Waititi, who I haven't watched yet, Taika Waititi, and a lot of people say, hey, before he did Marvel shit, he was actually pretty good. What I know him for is Thor Ragnarok, and a lot of people like that movie, but I watched it and I just felt like it made me dumber. So, and I didn't watch Thor Love and Thunder because you based that movie off the source material that made me quit buying comic books. That and bullshit like the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel shit. At that point, I was like, oh yeah, comics is down the shitter. I'm fucking out. So like, why am I going to watch a movie based off the source material that made me quit reading the source material to begin with? So it seems as though this rumor has resurfaced and it has some credibility because someone in the industry was basically saying, Taika's actually going to work on the next Star Wars film that he was, scheduled to work on after he does Akira live action. So we're getting a live action Akira film. And Akira is a classic 1988 Japanese animated film. It's regarded as one of the most influential and genuinely, I think it's visually a masterpiece. I'm not the biggest fan of Akira, but it is fucking gorgeous. It is beautiful. If you like hand-drawn art like that, like I love old school anime art styles, and that one is definitely top tier. So they're planning to do a live action adaptation of Akira. And if you watched Akira, you would say to yourself, oh no. But then you have this dumb motherfucker, Taika Waititi, who makes like the most stupid bullshit, like fart joke nonsense in his films from that I've seen, like lowbrow shit, is the one that's probably directing this film. And it's happening. It's a live action Akira film from Taika Waititi.
Listen,
how do y'all feel about that?
Listen, if you're afraid about this movie, there's a movie you can go watch right now. It's about two brothers to go to a mushroom kingdom. Put a smile on your face. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck that. Go fuck with the paisans. Fuck this shit.
Look, man, we've got enough Mario praise, man. No.
We're getting more. Get more.
Hey, man,
how you feel about this, Atreus?
I was gonna say I'm gonna let you guys drive the boat on this one because I have not seen Akira. I'm not the biggest anime guy ever, so
got you. Deontay, are you into? Have you watched Akira?
Yeah, Brad. Akira is one of my favorite anime movies of all time. Okay. I'll just let you know, if however you pronounce that man's name, and he fuck up my shit, I'm gonna be coming for that man. I'm gonna be doing drive-bys. I'm gonna be doing every goddamn thing. I'll just
you're gonna do that. Listen, sir. Listen, bruh. Just go down a warp pipe, bruh. Two plumbers going on a venture. That's all I'm gonna do.
No, listen.
He planning to do a drive-by in GTA 5. Okay, guys, that's how we run it.
It's all jokes. But listen,
just give him the angry Luigi. That's what I gotta do when you ride by.
The thing about him is that I watch majority of his movies. That man always has to implement some type of comedy and stuff, some type of jokes in all his movies. Like, I'm like, dude, not every movie needs to have a joke, man. Like, I get it. Like, oh man, haha, fart joke. Oh man, you got a small dick. Oh my god. Like, we all seen the same shit, man. But if I watch Akira and the first thing I hear is about, oh man, you did fuck that bitch last night. Hell yeah, I did fuck that bitch last night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm leaving. I'm telling the theater, hey, give me my fucking money back because I'm out.
Damn.
Guess what? Yeah. Down the hall, there's two pythons waiting with open arms. Come on,
hey
in,
man, enough.
Let's come on in.
Enough.
Look at Koopas and Troopers.
Real gay.
Look at Koopas and Troopers.
I know. They're gonna do the Eiffel Tower with him.
And guess what? When you're done, you'll be like, guess what? You'll be hooked on the brothers. Okay.
No, you sound like you hooked on the brothers.
That's a great movie.
Luigi in the back and Mario in the front. Look.
Hey.
Look.
It's a Python pretzel. Let's do it.
Who here ever seen the movie The Block Party? It's a New Orleans-based movie. Hood joint. Man, this dude got this saying. He sounded like he was about to say that for a minute when it comes to these plumbers, man. Dude goes, day or night, we know how to lay pipe. And, and when you talk about plumbers and you caping for them like that, I don't know, man. You might be looking for Mario to lay a little pipe.
Yeah, like he'd be the one to do it. Yeah, you're doing a little too much. But look, I'll say this: I saw Akira as a kid. And there's nothing funny about that movie at all. No. Like, it's a very serious, trippy movie. And having someone like him at the helm of it is going to be a disaster. And I have I haven't seen a good live action anime adaptation of any form yet. So anytime it's done, I usually don't like it. So yeah. I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I'm immediately skeptical just because it's even a thing. You know, it's an Akira live action film.
I think Akira can be done in a live action format. I honestly think it can. It really just depends on who actually reads the source material. It depends on who's the director of it. But I mean, when I watch it in an anime format, I'm like, yeah, I think it can actually be a live action for.
Y'all wilding with these names. He said taco with titties. Zito says Taiko Watwaki.
Bro, I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name, bro.
He's gonna call him Taco.
Oh my god. Taco. Yeah. Andre B says, Akira is a classic and it can't be replicated. There's some things that genuinely cannot be replicated. And I just don't think that the film industry in modern day, Hollywood particularly, would adhere to anything even close to a resemblance of Akira. And to be honest with you, I actually like the live action Ghost in the Shell movie, but you have to separate. I enjoy it for what it is. I love the OG film. The anime film is my favorite. But if you could for me, I could separate that, like, those two films for their own thing. Like, that Ghost in the Shell movie, you watch that shit in 4K, you'll be like, oh man, they definitely fucked up some things here, but this is beautiful. And they do recreate some scenes that I enjoy. My issue that I can look, it doesn't necessarily bother me, but it is problematic, is that the OG Ghost in the Shell is Eastern philosophy. In Hollywood, they remade Ghost in the Shell with Western philosophy, which is literally like kind of opposite to each other. So in that sense, like it is bothersome, but I was able to disconnect that and actually enjoy it for what it was. To me, it's not necessarily Ghost in the Shell as I remember it, as I love and adore it, but I don't mind watching it and not really giving it like It's not like I'm gonna depthly analyze the Ghost in the Shell live action. I'm not gonna do that, but I could enjoy it for what it is. This movie's one of those. Go for it, Deontay.
Oh, I can tell you why that live action movie is garbage. Look, Scarlett Jo ain't naked. That shit is garbage. I'm sorry. I need to see some ass and some titties, just like how they did in the damn movie. I need to see that. Look, I need to see it.
See, I ain't looking for all that. Okay, I ain't looking for all that. I could enjoy the movie for what it is, but from your perspective, I could understand what you mean. Okay, but I just do not. Yo, what's good, Sadeo Mal? Good to see you, bro. I just do not think that they would even try to adhere to what Akira is. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Akira, but that's not an easy story to tell. It's gonna get fucked up. That's just the reality of it. They're gonna fuck it up. I mean, look at Cowboy Bebop. Look at Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Evolution is like Dragon Ball is simplistic in nature. How do you fuck it up that bad? How do you send Goku to school? What the fuck were y'all thinking? Why does Shenron look like a fucking lizard? Why does he look like the motherfucker from the Geico commercial? Y'all fucked that up. Okay?
Yeah. I thought
it's not hard. Now imagine Akira, something that is pretty complicated. It is pretty complicated discussion. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. And the fact that Hollywood continues to, I blame Japan at this point. Personally, I blame Japan. I have to. Why do you keep licensing these fucking things to Hollywood to fuck up? That's all they know how to do is fuck your shit up. Why do you not protect your properties like Nintendo protects their properties? Nintendo was on their ass. They was on Illumination's ass. They was like, you gonna do this, and that, and you ain't gonna do nothing extra, and you ain't gonna be fucking weird. Okay, it's gonna be a straight up kids movie. Straight up. Nintendo's on top of it. I don't see these other motherfuckers the way that they are, man. I don't see it happening.
Hey man, when money's involved, you letting it go and be whatever it is. Like all you care about is what the end result is. As long as it makes money and I get my cut, I'm fine with it. So that's essentially what comes with these type of adaptation. But I realized that, and we've had conversations about this. Hollywood is creatively bankrupt. They have nothing new to bring to the table. So they always have to go and reach back to old properties to try to revitalize them and give them some 2023, rejuvenation. Look, we don't need that. Like, we need people. Like, you want to bring good ideas to the big screen. You get independent directors and writers to do their properties and make new IPs that people can enjoy. Because taking something from 1988 and bringing it to now in live action. You know how complicated that is? Like, especially with the type of visuals that movie had, and you try to do that with CG, that means you have to have top-notch CG to pull off what that movie was doing.
Not only that, you got to make it for modern audiences, apparently.
Yeah, that too.
That's always some bullshit.
But I always say this, what they're doing is, in Hollywood, they have original stories they want to tell, but it's not selling to anybody. I mean, you got examples of it. They made a movie called Women Talking last year. Women Talking.
Most women need to do less fucking talking. Not for nothing. As a woman myself, most women talking, they ain't got nothing of worth to fucking say.
So what they're doing is when the investors are saying, hey, look, man, stop greenlighting these garbage tier, movies. Well, Hollywood is still controlled by these freakazoids, so they still hire their friends to come and tell the stories they want to tell, but with your favorite IPs. See, a feminist wants to make her own feminist movie, but she know that ain't gonna sell. The studios know that's not gonna sell. So instead, what they'll do is, okay, well, we'll just give you the Gundam movie, and you can tell your feminist story through the Gundam movie.
Yeah, that shit is sickening. That shit is sickening.
She just threw up on the inside. I saw it.
Yeah. I literally just want to die thinking of them adapting Gundam. Oh man.
You know what I see with them doing with this? they're gonna have Tetsuo as like dealing with like he's gonna be battling some like not being accepted for being gay. They're gonna do something stupid where they bring the LGBT into the mix. Cause like we already knew that he was struggling in the movie with like he was having like these psychic break, like he was having like these mental breakdowns in the movie. They're gonna incorporate something like that in it to make it make sense.
Gender dysphoria.
Yeah, like he's gonna think he's different things, or he might be he might be a they. Like I don't know, but I just know that they're going to take the property and just, hey, you know what? I just got off of the toilet. Let me wipe real quick. All right, Akira. Here we go.
Okay.
Bro, I thought he was saying that. I was like, what the fuck?
Real quick, guys. Trey's got a dip. He got to make that bread. But I appreciate you coming through, bro. Is there anything you want to promote? I do have your socials. I'm about to post them. Want to tell them a little bit about yourself, what you usually got going on?
Yeah. So again, my name is Atreus. I run the Sneaking Geek show in the afternoon every morning, but right now I'm not every morning, every afternoon. But right now I'm thinking about scheduling it to a later time. Basically, we just talk about the entertainment industry, movies, video games, same thing we talk about over here. We just do it with a little bit of juice that I don't believe anyone else can replicate like we do. And so, that's pretty much it. I got a lot of plans going forward. Right now, the reason why you see 4K Trey at the bottom is because I'm celebrating. I just hit 4K subs on YouTube.
Congrats,
bro.
I appreciate it. So, we stream on YouTube, Twitch, and as of this week, we're also streaming on TikTok. So,
shit, okay.
Yeah, so man, I got like 23,000 followers apparently on TikTok that I got to figure out a way to convert over to YouTube. So that's how
or at least to like like I try to go on Kick and convert people to follow me on Twitter. So at least on Twitter I post where all my other shit be at, I guess that's kind of one of the better ways to go about it.
Yep. So I mean that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you for having me on.
Word, man. It was a great conversation. I really appreciate you, bro. I would love to have you on again. It was a good time.
Absolutely.
And definitely take care of yourself. Have a good night. We'll see you later, bro. Take care.
All right. Y'all be easy.
Take care, brother.
Yep.
Bye, man.
But for me, I'm just done watching. I want the collapse of Hollywood to happen. I feel like it's necessary. It's like you need a Phoenix situation in which, fucking it is destroyed and it rebuilds, because Hollywood has gotten to this point where to me, it doesn't connect with me personally. I know a lot of general public it doesn't connect with. It's rare when it does. They always want to push some sort of bullshit on people. And then when people reject it, oh, you're a this, you're a that, you're a bad person because you guys are peasants that don't want to consume our garbage. That like they really do feel like they're better than us. That's the gist that I get from these motherfuckers in Hollywood. That's why I'm just completely out of it. I just don't want them to continue to get their hands on these properties that are beloved by anime fans. Like the reason why Japan has been thriving with manga is because comic books in America are dog shit. They've been dog shit for a decade now. They've been terrible for a decade now. And the reason why manga is outselling American comic books in America is because of that. So like honestly, Japan just needs to retain their properties because they have gold. Because Japan is not afraid to be original. They're not afraid to kill off their main characters if it means for a great all-around story. Like they're not afraid to try things. They're a lot of their stuff doesn't feel like it comes off a factory line. They come out with new superhero-like characters with Japanese comics and have them have unique new powers that we ain't seen that shit before. Like they're capable of that. They're willing to put themselves out there like that. When it comes to Hollywood, like it's just rinse and fucking repeat. The same shit all over and over and over again. So from that perspective, I just don't want them touching Japanese properties. If they want to do an Akira live action, do it in Japan, where at least I think it would have a better chance of being successful, or at least being like homegrown. That's how I feel personally.
I agree with that.
But any final thoughts on this Akira live action?
Yeah, no. Taco gotta go. That's all.
Hey,
that's all I can say, man.
Listen, Taco. Oh fuck! Now I'm saying it. Whatever that dude name is, just know, don't fuck it up. If as soon as I see some U.S. people and like it's not Japanese folks, just know you're gonna get the paws put on you, bro. You're gonna be like that John Jones fight, bro. You're gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Okay, so Newsuk has a question. Who is the bigger hack, Taika Waititi or Seth Rogen or Ryan Johnson? I mean,
now Ryan Johnson.
Who's Ryan Johnson?
Now listen, like Ryan Johnson, he has a lot of hits. Now I ain't gonna do that, man, like that. That only miss he had was probably like, what is it? Last Jedi? I think that was the name of it. I think that was the name. I don't know. It was that one Star Wars movie that was bad. I forgot too. But he has a lot of good movies though, like the Glass Onion, I forgot what the prequel was before that, but he has a lot of good movies. I think it's just that
Knives
one movie
Out.
that was bad.
Oh, he did Knives Out. Okay, yeah. He does.
He also did some episodes of Breaking Bad. I think he did the episode where Walter and Jesse was going to kill like Gus and stuff, and as well as Tuco. So he has a lot of good hits. It's just that one movie was a miss.
So for me personally, I would have to go with Seth Rogen because he's a producer that produces no revenue. Like all the things that he is a producer of don't really make money or like don't really break even like that. So on that front, he has a job that literally he doesn't fulfill, but somehow he still continues to get more projects. So
he gets more projects because of his name, not because of his work.
Facts.
And even with his name attached to it, still a bunch of fucking stinkers. That's how I feel personally. But let me see. I guess we're gonna move on to the next thing.
What's next?
And that is the Marvels trailer.
Oh, fuck,
all right, about to go to sleep in a few.
Oh man.
Listen, I'm gonna say one more time. There's two plumbers that go down a war.
Bro, come on, man.
Man, hey, look, man.
I'm just saying. All right, okay.
Are you really just saying that you want to be piped right now? Like, is that what you really want?
Yeah, like you keep alluding to it.
This is
he's quiet. I guess he wants it. Anyway,
listen, I don't go that way. I just know TJ probably might, but not me.
No, I don't either.
I don't know TJ.
I'm just looking at this trailer, bro. What the fuck am I doing here?
It's not the weekend yet.
Yeah, it's not the weekend.
I don't know why it's
maybe on the weekend. Like this, I might.
It's the weekend.
But like, for me, I just look at the CG and just everything just looks fake as fuck, bro. Like everything just looks so clean, and it's like, yo, look at this like suit. Like everything just looks so fake to the point where it's like I can't take it seriously anymore. Why is it that like earlier MCU flicks just looked more like? What are we doing?
That's
like,
because they had. Oh my bad.
No, I'm just saying, like, why is it y'all got all this money and you just have these fake ass looking fucking movies? I don't know. And not for nothing, you know, like I said, like Miss Marvel, the Kamala Khan's version of Miss Marvel is one of the proprietors of me saying, oh yeah, comics is done. I'm out. Who the fuck actually wants to see a movie of Miss Marvel? You couldn't even get people to watch the fucking TV show. And mind you, the only people that still watch this shit that actually tune into Disney, I can't relate to them. I guess we're just on another sphere. Maybe they're like younger than me, Gen Z. They're willing to watch a lot of questionable things that I wouldn't be caught dead watching. That's how I feel personally. Deontay, I don't know if you know you're still into the whole Marvel thing. Personally, I'm over it. And TJ and Oz, now I'll tell you, like back when they first met me, I was big into that shit. I was big into it. I would go see every new movie that dropped. And then after a point, I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing the same movie all the time. And now you can't the one rule I have whenever I go like to the movie theater is no fucking Disney movies. None. Zero. That's my main fucking rule. Everything else I'll sit through and suffer through, even if it's a pile of shit, just like Disney. But I will not watch a Disney movie. Deontay, I don't know how you feel about, the MCU and this film in particular, but you're welcome to share your thoughts.
I mean, the MCU is the MCU. I think it's really been falling off since they started this new arc or so. I will say the only good, decent movies I thought was good was like Shang-Chi, and I probably might get some hate for this. I like the Doctor Strange 2 movie. I thought it was pretty decent. I honestly thought it was a new change of pace for the game. I honestly did. It's better than half of that other bullshit. They had Black Widow come out. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
That movie's rough.
But regarding the Marvels movie, I don't like Kamala Khan. I read some comments of her. I was trying to figure out why people were trying to gas this girl up. I was like, this girl is basically like a teenager. What, Mr. Fantastic? Like it to me.
That's disrespectful to Mr. Fantastic.
Look, that's pretty much what I get from her when I read the comment. Like she ain't all that. I still don't get why. I still don't even get why they even went with Captain Marvel for like setting her up. They should have went with Marvel because he had the more compelling stories.
Well, the problem is, I don't know if you noticed, but they had to make all the MCU characters female. There's even talks that Mahershala Ali doesn't want to do Blade because it seems as though from what's been leaked out, I don't know how true it is, but it seems as though from leaks that they want to set out Blade's daughter to take the reins immediately. And Mahershala Ali apparently is like, no, suck a dick. I'm fucking out if that's the case.
Yeah, it doesn't make no sense. Like you got all these characters, especially Blade is a compelling character. I'm pretty sure half of the people don't even know Blade has a daughter. I didn't even know she had a daughter until you just said something.
I didn't know. I had no idea. I had no idea.
What is that? Like I know Blade because Blade is probably like the first superhero movie I watched when I was a kid. So it's just like they trying to replace him with a daughter. I'm like, why? It doesn't make sense.
Because it's just I don't know. I don't know if it's some form of agenda. I know that the person behind the Star Wars shit, that bitch Kathleen Kennedy, she's like, oh, the Force is female, and they're still tripling down on this shit, even though they could barely get a Star Wars movie out now because of how they chose to destroy the franchise. You notice that? I don't know if everyone's noticed, but they've been doing a bunch of TV shows. Yeah. That's because the property is in decline, and that's because of Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
And honestly, no, I don't give a fuck about Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, I don't. Look, these are B-tier characters that we're talking about, and you're telling me that people are supposed to tune in after Endgame for a bunch of fucking B-tier characters? Like, nobody wants to see this, and I am scared for when they go with X-Men. Because I feel like they realize that, this shit ain't catching. Because all these movies they put out, what the fuck is that CGI? What the fuck?
Looks like some weird tentacle porn.
What you know
that's not where my mind went, but we see where yours went.
Yeah, like what you know,
Yo, Ziggy would be offended by this. Ziggy would be offended by this representation of the cat right now. I'm just saying.
I mean, granted, that cat was in the last. The Captain Marvel movie, but I watched this trailer earlier because obviously I knew we were going to talk about it, and I didn't see what people were saying about it. Everybody was talking about it, but I wasn't really paying it any mind. I was just like in my own mind, in my own zone. But to see what it is, like I'm not really interested in this movie, and it has nothing. I know like everybody dislikes Brie Larson for the things that she says in regards to males in Hollywood and things like that and not having representation. That has no bearing on what I see as her acting as Captain Marvel. She's not good in this movie.
I mean, aren't you excited for a Bollywood dance feature in a comic book?
I don't look, I don't watch Bollywood stuff out in my spare time. Like I don't want to see it in a Marvel movie.
What the hell is Bollywood?
Oh man. That's
Let's not dive into that rabbit hole.
You're gonna have to look that up on your spare time.
We're not gonna explain it to you. You just have to look it up yourself.
Well, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just bored. Like, my thing is, look, I want Hollywood to get at least, I would prefer Hollywood collapse at this point, because I feel as though it's mostly irredeemable, but I just want Hollywood to get past the superhero phase. We've been there and done that so many years already. Like, can we go to something else? Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna fucking hear your fucking Super Mario Bros. Advertisement again. Suck it in. All right?
Hold on. It's kind of funny.
Just go get pipe down my Mario and let it be what it is.
Hold on. You know, videos came. The video games first came out. It was saved. It was saved by Mario. Is Mario gonna have to save the movies too now? Man. I mean, I'm just saying. That's what it's looking like. There.
Yeah, I feel like they just dragging Samuel L. Jackson at this point. Oh my god!
He knows it's an easy check. It's an easy check for him. So I don't think I don't think he cares.
Listen,
he doesn't. Obviously, he doesn't care.
The only thing Captain Marvel was good in was probably just Midnight Suns, and that's it. Other than that, Captain Marvel is a pretty shitty hero.
Trash. Yeah, shitty character. I mean, like, some of the things that she is, like, her character has, like, pushed and done in the comic books is borderline villain territory.
Bro, Civil War 2?
Being posed as though she's a hero. Like, I have a serious concern with that. And I just don't really care for any of these characters. I'm just being completely honest. I think Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, is just trash. I think personally, I think the only one that I think is even semi-viable is Rambeau's rendition of Captain Marvel, because in the comic books, like, the people bestowed her that. So yes. I can accept that. Whereas, like, you know, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, fuck out of here. Nobody gives a fuck. You only wanted a female to replace this previously male character. There's no other reason for that. And to me, that's just disingenuous and shit. And at the end of the day, nobody really puts all these characters in the forefront.
I'm more interested in Guardians of the Galaxy, the last one coming out.
Yeah, probably the only one. But after that,
I mean, I don't blame you, because that's, like, more so established and likable. Whereas, like, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, all these, it's just not likable, not interesting. And I don't know if you guys have seen the like to dislike ratio. It's bad. Mm-hmm. For that trailer, let me see where it's sitting at right now, actually. I'm curious. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about the MCU. Like, this whole, like, ever since Endgame, they've just been going completely downhill. Like, I don't know.
Let me see if I can bring this up, because this one, I had to open up a whole other browser for this one. But do you see that right there? You see that shit?
Good.
Oh.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah, listen, everybody. There's a movie out that's came out recently.
Hey, mute him, yo.
All right, I'm just saying.
Mute him, yo.
Man, put him in the fucking bathroom, okay? We gonna pull a Bronx Tale up in this bitch.
Right. Yo.
But,
yeah, I forgot that you could go and do that and look at the dislikes. They did say that it is the most disliked Marvel movie within a 24-hour span. So that's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bring all the video game movies. Fuck it. I'm tired of superhero movies.
I mean, but they're to just butcher that shit too, you know? It's like, the reason why the Mario movie's good is because Nintendo is behind it. And don't get me wrong, the Sonic movies are solid as well. I enjoy them for what they are. But so once it becomes an oversaturated, like, mess where it's all video game, it's gonna suck. It's gonna we're gonna see a bunch of stinkers. That's just the nature of the beast.
Apparently, I think Legendary, the same one that did the Mortal Kombat movie, they're making a Street Fighter movie now.
Oh my god. I just feel like I'm gonna be tortured for the next freaking 20 years.
Is it Legendary? Is that the company who did the Mortal Kombat? It's Legendary, isn't it?
I think it was Legendary that's working on it.
Remember.
But I mean, from what Capcom has said, they said they have a lot of creative control on how the movie is going to be shot. So there's a little hope in that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And it's one of those things too where it's like maybe, and Anthony Pony says, I would love to see a more mature tone to the Marvel movie. So if they did that, maybe I would be enticed. But like when I hear that Ant-Man 3, they originally had a really dark ending to that film that apparently Disney thought was not good. Like, this is not for the demographic we're aiming for. So we're going to reshoot that entire ending and just make it the same generic shit that we've been shoveling out for the past 15 years. Like, when they do shit like that, it's like, I hate you even more. Like, I didn't think I could hate you more, but somehow I fucking do.
I'm not surprised that they did that, considering they did the same thing with Doctor Strange 2. Like, when they announced that Doctor Strange 2 was being made and they said the title, they were basically pumping up the movie like it was going to be a horror film. And what we received was not that. Like, there's parts where they try to make Scarlet Witch seem scary, but she's not. And also the way the movie was shot was horrible too, but that's a different story. So the writer that was working on the movie, they told him like it was too dark, and then he ended up leaving, and then he wrote The Black Phone. So it's like they are afraid of making dark content because they don't want to scare off the kids and the families. So I mean, I get why it's their bottom line, but at the same time, they need to start taking risk with some of these movies. Their bottom line is already this formula is stale at this point.
Yeah, most of their movies that come out now, when you account for advertising costs, they don't really make money, and if they do, they barely do. So on that front, they need to try something different. Otherwise, move on to something else. Personally, I'm ready for anything else. But yeah, guys, we definitely got to move on. WWE was sold. Shocking. It's actually pretty shocking. So, just to recap, the UFC owner Endeavor is buying WWE in a pretty big fucking deal. The UFC parent company Endeavor is set to buy WWE and merge the two household names, combining the reality of mixed martial arts and the sports entertainment theater professional wrestling. Endeavor Group Holdings, basically the company WWE was apparently worth some $9.3 billion, which is kind of shocking. That's a pretty damn big amount of money. A lot of people, I don't know, there's like a very mixed reaction on this. Some people are like, how do you feel, Oz? Let me look.
All right. I think this is the best option for everybody, for the roster. I think this is better than the fucking original option that they were going to go to, because that would have been awful for the women. Even though they suck ass. Yes, I know.
Fair assessment.
But I think this is the best option. I think financially on both sides they're going to be okay. This is I think this is going to work out. And at the end of the day, I know Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Some way or another, this motherfucker is going to own both of them. I don't know how he's going to do it. He's going to own UFC. He's going to own both of these. Don't. They're telling you. They said that he wasn't going to come back. Oh, this is it for him. I said, nah, dude. The devil don't work like that. Okay, he'll be back. Okay, he don't call him. People will call him safe for a reason. He can't. He came back, and look at what he did. Yeah. I'm telling you. By the end of all this. But I'm telling you, when all this is over, Vincent Kennedy McMahon will own both of these fucking companies. Wait.
I mean, just wait. A big reason why some people are very upset about this specific deal is that Vince still has creative control despite this merger, despite this buyout. He still has creative control over WWE. So motherfuckers are livid about this shit. Deontay, I just want to ask, are you into, wrestling at all, WWE?
Mostly the UFC, I'm mostly interested. Okay. I'm a casual viewer. I'm slowly getting back into wrestling. Slowly, not too much. I think the deal is pretty cool. From what some of my friends had told me that do watch UFC, they view it as it's somewhat of a good deal because I think with UFC, if you lose like a good amount, like I think if you're on like a bad losing streak, like consistently, they just cut you. And so, what better way to deal with some of the rest? I mean, not the wrestlers, but the fighters who are on a losing streak, but they still bring in revenue, than to put them in the WWE. It's the same thing with, like, I guess, like what, Ronda Rousey. Like when people, actual women who was fighting, started coming into the UFC and she got her shit kicked in, what ended up happening? She went to the WWE and she got some money, and I think she got her shit kicked out of there. But I don't know. I didn't watch WWE for a minute, but I mean, I think it's good.
She's basically a wrestler that can't wrestle, but since she's Ronda Rousey, she has this extra power.
Right, the power ups.
Extra, pretty much, yeah. So, I mean, overall, I feel as though this decision is far better than the Saudi deal, and far better than it going to like a company like Disney. You know, and this merger with the UFC kind of leaves some interesting like leeway here. Like it's one of those things where we definitely are going to see the two cross paths in some way, shape, or form, right? Someone in the chat brought up Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan on in WWE.
It can happen. I think he'd be good. I think he'd be good on commentary.
He was a good commentator.
Yes,
he would
for sure. So, I mean, on that front, like, at the end of the day, I'm kind of over WWE. Personally, while I don't really like Vince's style of how he runs shit, at this point, I'm so disconnected emotionally that I actually root for him to fuck everything up.
Oh, I do too.
Crybabies on Twitter will continue to fucking cry all the time. Like, it's just hilarious watching the outrage, because it's like, I'm disconnected as a wrestling fan because I see how terrible it is. So I've emotionally disconnected myself. I don't support them anymore. I do not watch any of their pay-per-views, their weekly programming. I don't watch any of that because that is my way of protest. I don't want to watch this garbage product. These motherfuckers on Twitter bitch all fucking day, every day, but they'll be watching Monday Night Raw just to bitch and whine again. And it's like, you are the fucking problem. You're the problem, so I don't feel bad for you. I can't wait for Vince to do the next fucked up thing just to make you mad. But
it's funny. It's funny because, like, at first people are like, oh, you know, they're worried about AEW. Listen, after all this shit, they ain't worried a goddamn thing anymore about AEW. They do not give two fucks. They're on a whole. I mean, like, financially now, they're on a whole goddamn other level. Whole another level than what Tony Khan can ever do.
It's one of those things now, and you see it with WrestleMania, that they make, like, WWE doesn't really make money on ticket sales anymore, on viewership. Like, that's one of the things that has declined, but yet they still continue to pull in, like, really great, like, you know, they still continue to bring in bread. And it's because they actually get companies to advertise each fucking match at WrestleMania. Yeah. Like, that's what we saw at WrestleMania. So, you know, at this point, man, it's just, they just keep the fucking wheel churning. Neozoic asks, how do you feel about people's counter argument of Vince McMahon has not been great and went downhill after either 2008 or 2010? How do you feel
right, yes. He was.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, he was still making money at the end of the day.
He's still making money.
Like,
yeah.
Like, well, you could say whatever you want in regards to what decline or whatever stagnation that came with the shows, and especially them downscaling to where, you know, before there was always pyro, and then because they wanted to cut costs, they cut, you know, pyro from out of the, pyrotechnics on the stage and everything like that, on the ramp and the ring. Like, all of the pyro was just removed. So it's like a lot of the flair was removed from the show, but people were still tuning in for the storylines and, you know, the rest of their favorite wrestlers. So Vince doesn't care. As long as the money was still coming in, that's all he cared about.
Absolutely. That's all he cares about. He's a businessman at the end of the day. He don't give a shit. I think he hates his fans. Listen. He's not. He's an okay guy, but he hates his fans. He hates professional wrestling. He hates the world. He hates the word wrestling.
I think he gets the most enjoyment out of making the people that are invested angry.
I think it's funny now.
It is
because I honestly I hate to say it in his deepest core. I honestly he does. I do think he kind of cares to a certain degree. It's his baby. He has to care.
Yeah,
and I do think he cares about the fans.
He doesn't want to let go in any way that he makes. He brings in the bank to validate him being at the helm of it. He'll do what he has to do. For me personally, I agree. I think Vince has lost touch over a decade ago, like a really long time ago. But what is the other option? People think that Triple H is the answer. No, he's not. He does not bring in the viewers. He doesn't do the job necessarily better. He doesn't. So, like, my thing is, I think Vince is shit. Don't get me wrong, but he's just, there's no other alternative that is better by any means. It's just not going to happen. So you can bitch and figure out how to cope with the fact that he's still pulling the strings, but it is what it is.
But I think it's also good now that Vince has to answer to somebody now. Like he doesn't have to be all end all now. Like if what's the company's name?
Endeavor.
It's Endeavor. Yeah.
If Endeavor says, "Hey, Vince, you need to do something here," and he has to do it now. Like they have to twist his wrist. Like, Vince, you got to pull this guy, you got to push this guy, or you got to do this, or you got to get those ratings up, Vince. I mean, they're his balls. He's never had a boss before, so this is interesting. They're gonna push him.
I mean, not since I guess his dad.
Yeah, like right? Since his pops was running the show. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's why I'm telling you, dude. Vince is a slick bastard. Some way or another, he's gonna end up owning these fucking companies because he doesn't take interest from nobody. He has it, and he never will.
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, overall, I mean, at least we have a conclusion because apparently they've been shopping around to try and sell WWE for a little while now since Vince came back, and it is just hilarious because me and Society Reviews said this is unbelievable when Vince was stepping down because of allegations and whatnot. We were just like, this is unbelievable. I don't feel like this is real. Like, Vince is done with WWE? No fucking way. And then you watch, time goes on. He ends up coming back, and the first thing he's like, yeah, I'm selling the bitch. It's crazy how events played out when you really think about it. But overall, I'm indifferent to this overall. So that's how I feel personally. Y'all got any other thoughts about WWE being sold to Endeavor? The UFC?
Hey man, shout out to Vince McMahon, man. He knows how to make people angry and still make money off of it. So shout out to him.
He's the last true visionary of someone who actually took his company and made it a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, he's the last dude to do it. And I mean, the last dude who did it, the last dude to do it was Walt Disney himself.
I mean, while I do, there's stipulations to that. I see where you're coming from. But guys, the final topic of the night is obviously why it's the final topic of the night, because this is my shit right here. So Sony just had a state of play literally just hours ago, and they showed us some serious gameplay of Final Fantasy 16.
Yes, they did.
Y'all hyped for this shit?
Ooh!
Look at Deontay. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Man, listen. All I know is that I was seeing this gameplay, man. Look, all I know is my nut was busting. My shit was I was busting my nut so hard that my neighbors were like, "Hey, bro, you good?" My shit was dangling from the ceiling. I ain't gonna hold you too.
Oh man, he sound like Lemonade. Hold on.
Word, calm down, bro.
Gas. Hey man, you ain't gonna tell me to calm down when you over here been talking about two dudes piping you, man. But anyway, the Golden Series is back, man. They're going in a new direction. Them old head Final Fantasy fans can kiss my fat black ass. Cause goddamn, bro, these niggas been saying, "Oh man, well we need a new direction," and then they give you a new direction. Oh well, it's not turn based. Hey, fuck y'all, bro. Y'all need to get good at the game. Play Devil May Cry 5. Go ahead and start getting good. They got a accessibility mode. If you paraplegic or whatever the fuck, just get your shit. Anyway.
Yeah, they have a journalist. They've confirmed there's a journalist mode. So if you don't want to engage in actually learning the mechanics of the fucking game, just play the journalist mode. It's really that fucking simple. Right, Oz?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually play that mode. Fuck it.
Of course you would.
Of course you would.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit put me to sleep.
Bye, nigga.
It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. The character's cool as shit. But that shit's just too fucking complex for me.
Man, come on, bro.
Wait, hold on. Wait. No, hold on. You just said it was boring, but it's complex. How does that make sense?
I don't know, man. I love the hack and slash. Don't get me wrong. I think that's really cool. I don't know. I think they're trying to shovel up way too many systems on top of each other.
Yo, Gothic chick don't believe you, bro.
Yeah,
she really don't.
I think
it's a cool looking character. I think the main character is cool. I think it looks cool. I like his little dog. I walk around him. I think that's pretty cool. I like the fact that they actually made it simple to dumbasses like me to actually go and pick better gear for him. That's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I see. I didn't like The Witcher, man. That shit bored the fuck out of me. This reminds me of The Witcher. Just what happens.
You like very simplistic.
I do, man. I'm a simplistic bitch.
Yeah.
As long as you know.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair assessment. You're just saying, look.
I'll respect the art. I respect the art.
Because of my own shit I got going on. I get
the monsters. The coolest part for me was the big ass monsters.
Yeah, he's talking about I forgot what
the icons.
The icons.
If the game was all that, I'd be all over it.
Yo, real quick, Neozoic, thanks so much for coming through, bro. Appreciate you for stopping by. Have yourself a good night.
Shout out to Neozoic, man.
Yep, he's a dope ass dude. But yeah, man, the icon battles, my only criticism of that whole state of play is that when you're playing as Phoenix, there was some frame rate drops. So I hope that shit, gets ironed out. They still got time, it's coming out toward the end of June.
It's the end of June.
Yep. So, I mean, it's not a perfect experience. They still need to iron out some performance issues, but everything I'm seeing, man, I love the character. Yes. He looks so cool. He's a character that I'm proud to play as, because a lot of games just have characters that you couldn't pay me to hang out with this motherfucker. That's the type of characters they make you play as. Whereas Clive, this dude is a badass. And then just the monster battles, they look engaging. They actually look cool. Like the segments that these monster battles go in. I was saying with the whole the Phoenix fight with that other icon, it kind of reminded me. It reminded
the demon one.
It reminded me of Panzer Dragoon.
Oh,
it was
man.
Yeah. It's on rails. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting that they went that route. But the icon fights take you through a visual story. There's so much there to watch go down that honestly, this game is the most next-gen looking game I've seen thus far. Don't get me wrong. I think Ratchet & Clank was cool, with how you could just warp to anywhere at the drop of a dime. That was cool. I thought it was visually impressive. That was the last, PlayStation, I know that, Final Fantasy 16 isn't, a PlayStation made game, but it is, exclusive to the PS5 until further notice. But, this is the game that's been, that's an actual PlayStation exclusive that I will be buying since Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It's been that long, guys. Yes, this shit looks insane. Day one, I already pre-ordered it. They got my money. I know that it's not a good practice to pre-order, but I don't give a fuck. I'm getting that Best Buy Steelbook. I'm picking that bitch up day one to make sure I get it. Like I was taking chances with having the shit sent to my house with some other games. No, I will be going to Best Buy to secure the package. That is literally a must. Shut up, Oz. Fuck you. You get piped down by Paisans. You get piped down by Paisans. Fuck you.
I pre-order Street Fighter 6. Okay.
All right, I see you. Now you got some respect from me.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know what else to say other than I like the mechanic. And the thing is, here's a good point. Like for me, I feel as though Final Fantasy in the past has tried to be like interesting, tried to do new things. They've really challenged themselves. And I feel like that really was shown the most with like Final Fantasy 12. But Final Fantasy 12 isn't really like liked by a lot of Final Fantasy fans because they really tried a lot of new things. And especially at that time, it didn't really translate well, I think, to a general audience. I feel like with this one, they're trying new things. And that's why I don't understand why, like, people that are, Final Fantasy fans are super turn-based. Like, Final Fantasy has tried a lot of different shit in the past. It hasn't been, like, the same fucking thing over and over and over again. They've tried different things. This with Final Fantasy 16 is a new thing that they're trying. They're putting it all on the line, but in ways that seem to really make sense to me. This seems very accessible to the general public, but if you want to take it to like the limit, there's a lot to get good at in this game. Like DMC combat with 5 specifically, you could have fun playing that game just if you don't know shit. But if you want to be like insane, like you could put in that work and look ridiculous in DMC 5. Like take that shit to a whole new level. Mm-hmm. This is looking like the same thing, and I'm excited for it. Now, I'm shit at like depthful hack and slash games, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna have fun with it. Just the fact that I know that there's a big skill gap here, it seems like, to be had, like for anybody to have access to. You have your journalist mode, you have the real version mode. Like you could have at that any way you want to. But overall, it's accessible to a lot of people. It's trying something new. What Final Fantasy was known for. Like, they would try new shit. Like, I don't understand why people have such a problem with it.
Man, that's because they don't know what they want. And that's the issue I had with Final Fantasy fans. It's like, all right, talking with the Final Fantasy community is kind of cool. Then you get to the other side. It's like, man, I can't stand you motherfuckers. It's like, dude, y'all, for the whole, like, how many years has Final Fantasy been around? 30 years or so? Bro, y'all been saying, all right, it needs to do something new. They give you something to do. Oh, man, it needs to go back. They do go back. Now we need something new. Like, damn, look, I'm glad I'm not a game developer because if I was, I'd tell these dudes to go to Home Depot, buy a rope, go to the nearest bridge, fan. Man. Bro, go to the bridge, go to your ceiling fan, tie it around, like kick the chair. Bro, I'm tired of these dudes, bro. It's the same thing with Yakuza fans. Like, these dudes was complaining about, oh, man, I'm tired of these beat-em-ups. Why you made it turn-based? Like, bro, like, damn, enjoy the fucking game, bro. Y'all ask for some shit new. They giving you new shit. Oh, man, why I have to go to a darker tone? What the fuck? Like, come on, man. I can't stand these motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, see, I agree.
Go for it, TJ.
No, I was going to say, I agree. Like, you can't, and I think it is good that if you're a developer, you just go with what you're passionate about, because when you are dealing with your fan base, they just want they'll tell you, oh, we want something new, and then you give it to them, and then they complain that they want what's old. It's the same thing that God of War dealt with. Like, you can't make your fan base happy. You can just make what you care about, make it as good as you can make it, and then put it out for the people to be able to, consume and let you know whether it's good or bad. And this game, like, I like turn-based games. I still do. But this style of game, I like hack and slash games as well. So when you present this to me, I don't have any complaints. And I'm not like the biggest like Final Fantasy supporter where I played every single game, but I've played enough of them to be able to give an opinion and state that they're going in a direction that worked for them. They have good quality people that are passionate about the title that they're bringing to the table for us in June. And you could tell that they're happy about it because they're constantly putting out content before the game comes out, which means they are confident in what they're working on. So take it for what it is. If you don't like it, there's 15 other games that you can play that'll soothe the need for you to have turn-based in your life. And even Final Fantasy VII has an option where you could play a turn-based on the new remake. So this is what it is.
Go play Legends of Dragoon.
Like when it's one of those things where I just want like the developers to do what they're best at and seek out their vision and try their best to accomplish their vision. Because if you do follow your fans, like at least adhere to said franchise in a reasonable manner. But when you start listening to your fans in a way that involves you changing mechanics and trying all this shit that you're not used to or you're not inspired to do, when they don't like it, they'll hang you out to dry. So you definitely have to do things in a case-by-case basis. Now, if it's like you want a different like tone or something, that's, you know, there's leeway to these things. I'm not saying anything is simply black and white, but if you're going to like adhere to fans saying, oh, you should do these mechanics, it's like, we don't know anything about game development. Like, at least, you know, as far as I know, I don't know anything about fucking game development. I know like a lot of us don't really know. So at the end of the day, I think what they're going for, at least in concept and how it's panning out, is better than anything else that's been coming out for years. Since all of like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, I don't see games that even fucking hold a candle to this one. Just like, I don't feel like the games that we've gotten are truly next gen. Now, you know, there may be some that are like, yeah, they're damn good, but I just don't feel like they really feel next gen like they should. Like, they ain't hitting that way. I'm waiting for that game that really genuinely does make me feel that way. And that's the only one that I could say without even playing it. This shit feels genuinely next gen. They don't have to prove it to me by letting me hold the game. No, I can see it from what they're actually accomplishing. Like, it almost feels fake. Like, I'm glad that there was at least a little bit of frame rate dipping that I saw to prove to me, oh, this is real. It's kind of like when someone pokes you shit to make sure, oh, my wake is this isn't a dream, right? Okay, so I know it's not perfect. So I know this is real. They still have a little bit of work to do, but it looks absolutely extraordinary, especially in comparison to the landscape of AAA game. Like, if you're going to compare, like, if motherfuckers try and say, oh, Forspoken was a better game, I'm sorry, I'm yeeting your ass to the fucking curb. Shut the fuck up. Like, these games, like, people be capping for some of these games, and it's like, they literally don't even look like, I can say if you like it personally, but a lot of games that be coming out just do not fit the bill of the $70 price tag of the next gen experience. Not the mass majority of them just don't even fucking come close.
That is true. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Whereas Paris says, to be fair, next gen is hard to really see nowadays. Video games are practically movies now. Eventually, we are getting closer and closer to that wall of there's no more progress to be made. I mean, I get you in a sense. I agree, but at the same time, when I look at Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, wowed. Like, just, I am speechless. And then everything else is just like, oh, it's just another Thursday. That's really what it feels like to me. But yeah, I can't wait for the game. They don't have to show me anymore, but they're saying that there's a lot more that's upcoming. I have to wonder, how long is this game? They've shown an insane amount of gameplay. Like, you already proved to me that this shit is flames. You don't have to go anymore.
The map world is huge.
Yeah, and it's kind of strange because most Final Fantasy games are like, they'll be like, 30, 40-ish hours, but they don't tend to go that long in comparison to some other RPGs. So I'm kind of wondering exactly how long this game is.
What was really impressive is the load times from fast travel. That was pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, they definitely weren't playing with that shit. To do everything, obviously, I'm sure that shit is going to take a long time, but either way, I'm here for it, man. I feel like I'm going to be playing this game for a while. I feel like I'm going to overindulge because I'm going to be so excited. Like, sometimes it's too much. I'm afraid. My greatest fear is that I'm going to beat Final Fantasy 16 and then look at everything else like y'all ain't shit. I don't want you all no more. I don't want you.
I don't know.
Limited.
I can't go that far, but it's looking tough right now. It is.
I hope that these other companies look at Final Fantasy 16 like, oh yeah, we need to step up our game. We need to step our game. Look at what they're doing. We Redfall ain't got none of that. And it's like, that's also a $70 game.
That's
I'm
crazy.
concerned with the gaming industry, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I like when good games like this come out and and devs are able to display it like and show it multiple times, because then you put pressure on everybody else to be good. So now like everyone else is gonna see this. So like, you know, Insomniac, even though they put out quality games, they're gonna see a trailer like that and say, no, we have to work more hours. We need to make sure that this next Spider-Man game is impressive, because when you have games that are, especially, look, 2023 has been a year of quality games, and everybody has to deal with the pressures of that. So I like this. I like pressure being added to all of these devs, because it makes them have to step up. It's either you step up or you step off. That's how it is.
Yep. X. And Gothic Chick's asking how many gigs is the game. That's unconfirmed as of right now, but I will say Jedi Fallen Order is like, what, 155 gigs? It's crazy, like how some of these games are. But I will say, at least on a spec sheet, at least Jedi Fallen Order looks like it might be optimized, at least looking at, you know, what they're saying is required to run the game. So on that front, that's good. Yeah, we don't know. We don't have a confirmation on how big this game is, but I'm assuming you better clear out your fucking hard drive, delete Call of Duty, whatever you got to do. Because it's looking like it's gonna be a lot there, which is good, man. I'm excited for it. But yeah, guys, any final thoughts you want to add to Final Fantasy 16?
I'm pretty sure Yoshi P had said that they actually are planning on releasing a demo like 2 weeks before launch. I think he talked about that last year. But Square Enix is always giving you like demos for their games. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake had it as well. So I say expect a demo probably out, I want to say next month. I forgot when the game releases. But I say probably next month you'll probably get that demo or so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to play it. I feel like I've already seen so much. Honestly, objectively speaking, my dumbass is gonna go fucking download it and play it, because I'm not gonna be able to help myself. But I hope that maybe I will choose not to. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm excited for it. Everything looks to be getting better and better. At this point, if you don't fucking want it, you don't want it. That's on you. That's not on anyone else. Like the whole, it's not turn-based. Like, you're just, here's the world's tiniest violin for you. If you don't want to play a great game, that's your choice. At least what looks to be a highly like a game that's trying to reach peak of modern gaming. If you don't want to play that, that's on you. So it's what up. Yatri said, y'all heard some people think Square people call it Square Enix. What? And Microsoft have beef? Wait, them people that is upset that basically people on Xbox don't buy JRPGs, and so Square Enix said, okay, fuck y'all. At least with their major game, like their major productions that actually, you know, take a lot of money and effort to make. Yeah, I mean, like after Final Fantasy 15's like lack thereof of sales, I don't blame them for saying, yeah, fuck this. Like, it's not really worth it. If you want to see like Square Enix's games on Xbox when they do have releases, support them. That's really what it boils down to. That's the only way you're going to convince them that, it's worth it to take time out to make, to make these games and port them to Xbox. If not, well, get on another fucking system. I don't really know what else to tell y'all. But
yeah, that's just the way the game goes.
Yep, that's what it is. But yeah, guys, man, it's been a good one. Deontay, bro, it was really awesome having you here. You had a lot of, thoughtful opinions and good insight, and but definitely some funny moments. I really appreciate having you on, bro. Overall, it was great. And I'd love having you as a guest, and would love to have you on again. do you have anything you want to promote? Like anything you got going on? Obviously you got, your Twitter account here. I'm going to post that. But anything you doing?
Not in particular. I say, honestly, if you guys want to follow, just follow Cassie, give her some likes, follow TJ. I really don't be doing that. I just be playing games and just talking shit with TJ most of the time. He know what type of time I'll be on, man. Right. So I really appreciate you guys bringing me on the podcast. TJ, I appreciate you actually, referring me on here. If
no, I'm a man of my word. You said you wanted to join. I said, let's do it.
Hey, look, I pulled up, didn't I? I'm a man of my word. But yeah, I look forward if you guys do bring me back on. So
of course, man. Thank you so much for being on. TJ, thank you so much for obviously bringing on an awesome guest, as well as you being present as well. You got anything you want to say to the people? Anything you want to promote? Maybe that future YouTube.
Nah, well, I don't know if I'll be doing any YouTube channels yet, but I will say that right now I'll get back to. Oh, I did see John Wick. So I know the last time we did a show, like we had talked about it, I hadn't seen it. I saw John Wick. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little, nice bow on the series for what it is. So, and they've already announced the Continental, which is the TV series, and I'll be checking that out as well. But no promotion in regards to me. Just catch me on here. Catch me. I'm everywhere on the Crumb side, man. You catch me everywhere, man. I'm all over the place. I'm like a Jehovah's Witness, man. You just catch me. I'm always outside. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Yeah. By the way, definitely gotta get in contact with Atreus. Thank you so much, Atreus, for being on. It was really fun having you. I don't know what happened to Oz. He probably got bored and went to sleep because he's just sleeping on Final Fantasy 16. As foolish as that sounds, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, I always got something going on. I've been, working on this whole Kick thing because I think it's pretty interesting. I want to see how far that platform goes. That's, I was just streaming there yesterday. I was playing some Mafia 2, just chilling, doing some React streams and stuff. So, like, honestly, that's where I'll probably do like reacts because people in my Discord server, they post shit and React recommendations. So the Kick is cool because you could just kind of do whatever the fuck you want. It's basically an alternative to Twitch. If you're on there, please, follow me. If you want to give something a try that's like Twitch, but like you can, just do whatever, have fun. Just consider making an account and giving me a follow on there. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. It was really good hanging out with everyone in the chat. Real quick, I obviously want to give a shout out to the channel members. I really appreciate you. Shout out to I'm a Richard Swag Lord, Hustle and Motivate, Our Carry, Get This Work, AB Limits, Alex vs. Evil, RC Scott, John Shepard, Orange Hat Reviews, Gray Early, Admiral Teague, Hargeet Chennai, Words of Paradise, Damon's Ghost, Tokyo TZTV, and Slave 4K. Thank you guys so much for believing in an asshole like me. Seriously. And also thank you, Words of Paradise, for the 5. Thank you, NY Yanks, for the 10. Man, y'all hung me. And I got this 1 of 1 real quick right here. Just showing that off a little bit.
Wait, quick question. In regards to Kick, so like if you watching a movie and reacting to it, you can display the actual movie on your screen at the same time?
No one gives a fuck. No one cares. I was on there streaming, watching Eddie and Eddie. Like multiple episodes editing. No one cares. It's pretty crazy. Okay. They have like a whole watch category and people are just watching straight up movies. Like
that's heat. I like that.
Yes. I don't think it's going to be like that forever. Obviously, a great positive as well is if you are a creator, if you're a streamer. I mean, if you get, affiliated, the split is 95-5. You get 95% of the revenue you bring in, as opposed to Twitch, which is like 50-50. So Twitch is just eating your fucking bread despite you putting in all the work, which, I mean, for me, I do what I do for fun and anything else I get out of it. Hey, I'm grateful and I appreciate it. But like, I don't really want to support Twitch because they just be on some bullshit entirely to me. So when that comes to that, I do like to support alternatives. I don't know if Kick is going to succeed or not, given how free laissez-faire they are. Who knows? but I'm willing to indulge and see where it goes. It'd be cool if it's like if it pops off and I was one of the first ones there. That's what's up. But anyways, guys, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. Thank you all so much for coming through. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Deontay. Thank you, Atreus. Thank you, Ozzknot. I'm sure that if Ozzknot was here, he would probably tell you guys to go fuck yourselves. I don't co-sign it, but obviously that would be something he would say.
He would.
But yeah, guys. With all that being said, we are out. Peace.
We out, man.
Take care.